But online,
I'm asking if you can honor the $5 on the app that I scanned. And I'm asking for help because that's what it says.
And I did show it to you online where it's listed as $11, right?
But it says here $5 though. So where's the disconnect?
Then
where's the disconnect?
Check out. But if it's not helping me,
bro, it says associate can help, bro. Bro, you're no help, bro. You're no help.
You have to leave. Have a great day. Husband, saying, please leave.
Huh?
I don't know how that would work.
You don't know how it works. Okay, I'll transfer it to you. Void whatever you just scanned. Get rid of it, because you guys should know what scan and go is, right? It says I can pay at the register, so it'll bring up everything that I have. You know what I mean? You take it, it's gone. Try to do scan and go. Told me to bring it to our register, but then it said to check the items, but I don't know. I'm just gonna transfer it to the register so it all comes up and I can just pay. Yo, that actually says I already paid, so my card is paid for. Yeah, that's fine. So it says I already paid. So I'm already paid for. Yeah.
Everything for this year?
Yeah, everything in the card. I'll show the guy up there. He's gonna check me anyways. Yeah, scan and go. It's supposed to be scan and go, not scan and wait. It's supposed to be quick. Thank you. I'm finding a price checker in here. It's a little tough. They have a click and find over there, but I don't know. If this Lego's like lower, we're definitely taking the Legos, and I gotta check out sneakers too. So full cart gang all day. Let's go. $27. So we're gonna get it. I'm pretty sure we're gonna get that. Not something that I would collect. But look at that. Bro. Just look at that. We're gonna pay $27. That's a quad up.
Double up.
This place is unbelievable, dude. We got an extra large car right now. Mega profits. Let's go. All right, guys. Trip 1. We've got a lot of good stuff. There's nothing posted over there.
Oh, it's super perfect.
Says who?
Says my manager.
Where's it over there?
And none of those rules are posted.
Right, none of the rules are posted, so I would just like to ring out and I'm gonna just leave. So,
Unfortunately, we can't. It's super perfect.
where is it posted?
It's a store rule.
Where? Where is the store
It's
rule?
store policy.
Show me the store policy.
Eventually.
You guys have who's the manager here tonight? I just would like to speak to them. It's already in a carriage. If you could tell them in electronics.
Yeah.
I appreciate you.
Yeah, it's not a problem. They sometimes we do it just based on
Alright, do you have a mask by chance?
I don't. That's okay. I know Florida doesn't have a mask mandate. I've been pretty good so far.
Alright, well, I cannot serve you if you're not wearing a mask.
We're literally getting all of this for $204.54. That's crazy. I'm already finished. I already finished it, yeah.
Understand, you have to put them aside so we know exactly what to do.
Yeah, no, it's all set. I didn't want to unpack it, though. It's all big items.
Yeah. We have to know.
Yep, we already got them. Excuse me. You okay?
They're there.
You good?
Yeah.
You do this to anybody else, though? Just wondering.
No, I work.
I know you work.
Security cameras on.
Right.
So
Are you
we have-
security, though? Do you ask for protection? Or are you
Well,
just trying to, like, make sure to help people here? You know
No,
what I mean?
we have to air.
Do you mind if can I get in there so I can scan the stuff? Or
No, that's not allowed.
no? I'm gonna need a little bit of your time. So if you're just gonna stand there and hold the games here, I mean they're clearance items. I'm not gonna run off and steal them. Nope, I don't want that one. I want to scan every one of them, so that's why I'm saying, can you just stand there and I can like just do it really quick? This is becoming not very helpful right now.
Well, I can't leave the case unlocked.
I don't want you to leave the case unlocked. I just want to be able to. Okay, I don't want that one.
They're all coming up as they're marked. Oh yeah, these are with the clearance of the department manager with the map.
I need to scan the front of it because the barcode's not working, so I just need the little image scan. Y'all able to grab the manager?
Set it up.
No, I don't need to print it. I just want to talk to your manager.
You're good? I am. Give me a second. Okay. Yes, look.
She's yelling out shit in front of everybody. That's just uncalled for. So I don't know. Are you the manager?
Yes,
Okay. So No, you yelled out funny. You said you yelled to me when I was walking. You said, you want to pay for the item? Like, am I stealing it or something?
I said you want the
I'm not
receipt.
stealing it.
I
No,
didn't
that's
ask
not what you
you
said. That's not what you said. You want to know why? Because we got cell phones and we get it on video. So what are you talking about? You lying. Stop lying. Right?
I'll be with you in a
Stop
second,
lying.
okay?
So I paid for this item.
So it went,
a bunch of this
went
stuff
through.
here. I know it went through because I was trying to show you on the app.
Okay.
So I paid all this stuff right on the purchase, right?
Okay.
And then I needed to make a second purchase because I forgot I wanted to use my rewards. So I used this. I had $17.
Okay.
And didn't charge me anything.
Yeah, because that's the Target rewards.
Correct.
Okay.
And that's what I tried to explain. But she's trying to tell me I didn't pay for the item. And then as I'm walking, she yells out in front of everybody, "You want to pay for that item?"
And on the walkie.
You know what I'm saying?
Did you hear me on the walkie?
No, she called
Exactly.
me.
I called her.
Come on. It's cool, but like, you know what I mean? Don't lie. I know you're embarrassed, but it's cool.
I'm embarrassed.
All right.
I'm embarrassed.
But I'm good, right? Like I'm not stealing?
Yes, you're
Okay,
fine.
appreciate you. Thank you. I'll be back in too. I gotta get some more stuff. Thank you. Easy, man. I'll be back in too. I can't.
We're not crazy, man. Just let us do our job now.
But it's not part of doing your job. You're being a little crazy, man. You guys counted 6. My man was right.
No.
He counted 6, right?
It's 7 there. It's 7 yards there.
But that's not 7, man. That's something different on the receipt. That's 4 different things, man. He already did his
no,
job.
but you have 7.
No, I don't.
Sorry. Did you just do the self-checkout over
I did.
Sorry.
Don't they do that at the door?
Sometimes.
Sometimes. Okay. I had a problem yesterday too. I had to speak to a manager, but it's okay. All right, I fit 20 on here. I need to find another card to get the rest. All right, we got them. 32 of them, plus the Gujitsus. $10 a piece. We're gonna hold that big price. Let's go experience the Walmart red carpet special and see how good they treat us. Are they gonna tell us 20 items or less? Or are they gonna understand when I tell them scan and go? And the regular registers cannot. I mean, I guess they could, but I don't know if they could because I've been denied. So we're gonna go to self-checkout because that's what Scan and Go tells us to do. Just to be respectful, you cool with that, Thea? Is that cool with you like that? I can turn it away if you're not.
Oh, I don't want to be in it.
All right, cool. We gotta be respectful. I see you peeking. You wanna be in it?
No.
I see you peeking over
What
there.
happened? Are you live?
Curiosity got you famous, you know what I mean? Ready? Watch this, ready? What's up, man? Hi. How you doing? Have a good night. Can't stop the hustle. He's probably looking like, there's no way, whew, saying I don't buy my stuff. Who's saying I ain't buying this stuff, man? Like I don't buy my hustle. Come on. You guys know better. All right, cool. 323, we got 215. Uh-oh, we got somebody chasing me. He's chasing me. He's like, hello, hello. What's up?
You see receipt? Can I see receipt?
Oh, there's no way you're chasing me out here right now in the parking lot.
Why?
Excuse me, unless you're accusing me of stealing,
You know.
there's no way, dude. Dude, you just ran down the parking lot.
I just want to see receipt because he told me you check receipt, that's why.
You just ran down the parking lot. You were like, oh,
No.
right?
I just request you.
Check it out. Let's look at it together. Let's look.
Yeah. Thank you, sir.
What's your name? What is it?
Rajesh.
Rajesh. My man. Have a good night. Oh, man, these people are so lucky, man. Yo, homeboy ran from Walmart. See, this is why I love lives. You never know what's going to happen. Like, homeboy ran out of the front door like, sir. I'm going to take them all, so don't even bother. This whole thing's coming with me, so. Getting some for yourself? No? You can at least smile. At least 100 pounds.
They're not gonna be sold. Excuse me.
What is going on in this Walmart right now, bro? All right, so we're gonna pay with a different card. Transfer to register, scan the barcode. Okay, 4. As long as it says that, 4.
Sir, for how many items you pay?
5. Have a good day.
Receipt, sir.
Ma'am, I suggest you let go, ma'am.
Receipt, please.
Am I stealing?
Receipt.
Am I stealing? You don't want a lawsuit.
Well, receipt, sir.
Ma'am.
Receipt, sir.
Ma'am.
Sir, receipt.
Ma'am. I'm telling you right now. Hey, get a manager, because the next call is going to be to my fucking lawyer. Get a manager right now. And get head of security, too. Do it again. These Walmart-ass clowns, bro. Walmart warriors at their finest, bro. Come on, man. They don't know who they're messing with, honestly. We're going to go back inside. Woo! Let's go! Yo, that's the anthem. Good Lord, that's the anthem. What is up, Hustleholics gang? We're still in this shithole. We somehow cannot leave this aisle. We still, for some reason, keep coming back to this friggin' place. Good Lord, man. What is up? Feels good to be live. Feels good to be seen. You ever do that? Hey, Tony, how you doing? It's nice seeing you. And like the reply is, hey, how you doing? It's nice to be seen, right? Is that not true? Is it not nice to be seen, right? A lot of you guys out there that don't do YouTube and social media stuff and you guys sell and everything like that, isn't it nice if somebody comes up to you, if you do social media, and they say, hey, aren't you that guy? Hey, listen, I started because of you. I started. Changed my life. Changed my life. And that's something that's probably the number one thing about reselling. I don't care what anybody says. It's always awesome when you can help people, especially when they have families, especially when they have kids, and you do the right thing. Whether they do the right thing or not, that's on them. But you do the right thing. You show them what's up. Man, I'm telling you, it just makes you feel good. So what is up, Hustleholics? Tonight's hangout. Listen, I talk about it a lot, but we don't spend enough time really going over it and talking about it. What am I talking? I'm talking about Amazon FBA gurus, or just gurus in general. Like, what is up with the influx of people in courses? Why does everybody with 1,000 followers think that they have the knowledge and know-how to teach you how to do something? And then how can they trick you, and I use trick lightly, how can they trick you into thinking that they know what they're talking about and you should listen to them? Because like think of it though. If they were so good at Amazon FBA, why would they need to sell a course? Why would they need to sell a course? And they might say, hey, you're focusing too much on the money. You know, it's about the knowledge and your network and your circle, right? Those are like key words that people use, right? They use keywords like networking, circle, money, right? Like, there's a reason why I never started a course. I never started a course because I never needed to. I don't have the time. I have too many other aspirations. I don't want to start a course. I did think, and I'm still considering, a mentorship, which is basically like one-on-one phone calling, personal advice, that type of thing. But like, that's like genuine personal like production. This isn't like, hey, I'm going to record a video and sell it to 1,000 people for $2,999 a month. And you get, you know, these stupid little milestones. It's just like, why are we in a society that we live in where we lack confidence? I feel like there's so much information out there to make you feel insecure enough, right? Because let's face it, the guy with the Lambo, right? Ty Lopez, right? That con artist. Ty Lopez with his infamous, this is my garage and this is my Lamborghini, right? That video that kind of sparked the whole course revolution, in my opinion, frankly, and in a lot of people's opinions as well. But why do we live in a society where we don't hold ourselves accountable, where we don't feel like we can go and research to do something? Like, that's what I did. Before I started, I just watched YouTube. I had a 2-hour commute to work, to the bank. I had an hour drive, which would be my crypto news. I would listen to my crypto news in the morning.
And then the next hour, which was the train ride into Boston, I would watch other videos like Reezy Resells and other sourcing videos, and I would pick things up, and I'd be like, oh, that must be how he does this, or oh, this is how he does that. But the problem is too many of you motherfuckers want to go from $0 to $1 million, and you want to do the most minimal work in the world. That's just how it is. You know, today's society wants instant gratification. They want to be the millionaire in 10 minutes. Because people online make it seem like it's that easy. Like, oh man, we got some great videos tonight. Usually this is a live where we do Q&As. We went live Friday night into Walmart. Didn't really find much. We found an Easter basket kit by Little Tykes we picked up for $1.99. I'm going to resell it up, post it up on Macari or something like that. I don't even think there's an Amazon listing, but it's pretty cool to find something for $1.99. Shout out Cece. Again, one of our viewers had let us know in the chat about it that we had walked by it. So we went by, checked it out. He thought it was $2.50 because that's what he picked it up for. Lo and behold, we got it for $1.99. So one of the key features of our live sourcing videos is everybody in the chat contributes. Just a great community, guys. And I really love you guys so much. And thank you, everybody, for showing up and contributing and making comments and all this stuff in the chat. And we're just one big Hustleholics community. But today, let's get into the chat. See who's the early bird. I got a lot of content for you guys. I got some crazy content for you guys. And crazy enough, I know you guys are probably sick of the whole Walmart receipt checking thing. I don't even think we have any of those videos today. But tonight we do have a couple of YouTube Amazon FBA sources. We're going to check them out. I promised Ryan Resells Infinity that I was going to review his rant he did, and I feel like an asshole because I didn't end up doing it, and I didn't realize I didn't do it until I stopped the live, and I was like, oh, damn. I said I was going to go through Ryan's video, so we're going to check out his rant, which is one of his latest videos here. Also want to check out people's perspective on Amazon FBA gurus and the cult-like BS that follows. So we want to get through all the crap. So let's get to the chat. Let's see who's present here. Let's see who's present. Hustleholics. If you're present in the chat, make sure you're known. Let me see who is here. We have Jose Carlos Gomez Oliata. In the building. Wow, we haven't given Jose Carlos one of those in a minute. Full scale resale. Should we just announce everybody like a WWE or a freaking UFC announcer? Full scale resale in the building. We got Dustin Floyd. What's up? Kevin Hawthorne out in Lakeland, Florida. We got P Wood 4. What up? We got Mocha Fam. Sarah B. We got M Jazz in the chat. Welcome, guys. Glad you guys are here. Have a little bit of grape juice, you know what I'm saying? Which is almost gone. And then we got our 40 ounce hydration monster right there. Okay? Monster. All right, let me see what we got here. I appreciate you guys being here. This first video that I want to show you guys really hits home with the, I'm going to speed it up 1 1/4. It's not too long of a video, but let's speed it up a little bit. This one is titled, Amazon FBA Gurus Are Effing Liars. Now, I watched a little bit of this because obviously I want to see kind of what they're talking about before I show it to you guys to see if it's just like BS, because I've seen some videos where it says Amazon FBA gurus are liars and blah, 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 right? And then you watch it, and then in the middle, they're promoting their own course. So they're talking about courses, but then promoting their own course. It's like a guru fest. It's crazy. So let's get into this. We've got Scott Wagner in the building. What up, Richie? You the man? Palm, what does that say? Palm Springs? Palm Bay. Palm Bay, Florida. Okay, what up? Let's see if we can get into this. Let me see. Boom, 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 boom. Well, let me hear you say way out, way out. All right, let's head into the React. Are we still hearing music though? Oh man, I have to. We're still listening to background music. Okay, boom. Okay. All right. I think you guys can all see this, right? Is my head okay? Let me see if I can see my head. Is my head good? In here, I'm just waiting. Oh, yeah, cool. All right, cool. It's called Amazon FBA Gurus Are Effing Liars. Let's see what you got to say.
So all over social media, you've got thousands of videos from Amazon FBA gurus. For each one of them is selling you the dream of getting rich, living the laptop lifestyle, quitting your 9-to-5, and being your own boss.
By the way, I just want to say something real quick. A lot of Amazon people shame people that have 9-to-5s. I want you to know right now, it is absolutely okay if you have a 9-to-5. As a matter of fact, in today's economic uncertainty, you're probably better off with a 9-to-5 and doing this on the side. Otherwise, you're going to end up like me with 17 fucking YouTube channels and 34 streams of income. Okay? All right. It's not easy. All right. Let's get into this.
But how do you know what the truth is? Who can you actually trust? Who's bending the truth? Is Amazon FBA actually as good as what they're telling you? And who is just downright lying to you? So in this video, I'm going to dive into some of the biggest, fattest, juiciest lies that I hear on so many YouTube videos, on TikTok videos,
let's see if
all
we
over
agree.
the place by some of the less trustworthy Amazon FBA gurus. And the reason that I'm doing this, right, is because I think as an industry, we do not do enough to call some of this bullshit out.
100%. Who do you know? Who do you know that doesn't call this bullshit out besides me? Who besides me calls out the bullshit? I'll wait.
Because we don't do that, you get people like Seth Kniep from Just One Dime. So at one point, Seth had the biggest Amazon FBA YouTube channel ever. You couldn't search anything on YouTube without coming across one of his videos.
Yep.
So Seth went from selling a course to selling an automation service. And Seth, selling his automation services to innocent people, scammed over $30 million. $30 million that people paid him because they trusted him based on his lies, that is completely gone forever. Then you got people like Kevin David, who has been around for God knows how long. He's been scamming people, misleading them, lying to them, selling them his crappy course and his automation services for so long that he is also now facing multiple lawsuits.
Let's
and
go.
Then on the lower end of the scale, you've got hundreds of YouTube gurus who don't actually have a clue what they're doing. They're making videos and tutorials to lead you to believe that they do because they want to sell you their cheap course. They don't actually sell on Amazon themselves. They don't know what works and what doesn't work. They just know they want to make money from you by selling a course that's probably going to cost you more money than it's actually going to make you. All right.
Now listen. Now I know some Amazon course sellers do sell on Amazon. I do know some Amazon course sellers that actually do sell on Amazon. But man, there's just a lot of crap that just is out there. It's my favorite sound effect, by the way.
All right, so let's take a look at some of these big, fat, juicy Amazon FBA guru lies. The first one is that you need way more money than they're leading you to believe. So some of the most viewed videos on TikTok, on YouTube, on Instagram go something like this.
Product over here is making this much a month on Amazon. Margins are usually around 25 to 50%, which means the seller gets to take home around $125,000 every single month. What would you do if you had that much extra cash every month?
So these gurus, what they're doing is they're showing you products that are doing huge, huge numbers in revenue. And they're implying that you can do exactly the same. And the truth is that you can, but you need way more money to get to that level of revenue than what they're telling you that you need.
Correct. I started with $8. My $8, $100, $1,000 is not turning into $125,000. Let me ask you something. Think of some of the biggest course sellers that you know right now. Why do they need to make money from courses if they're making so much money selling on Amazon? You know what the answer is? Because they're not. They're not.
They don't want to tell you the truth about how much money you need to invest because they don't want to scare you away from buying their course. They want you to think that with $4,000, you can launch a product and get to $50,000 a month. And that's absolutely nonsense. The truth is that to get to that level, you would either have to invest more money or you would have to constantly reinvest that money over and over for years to get to that point. So it is possible, but not in the exact way that they're leading you to believe. So just over 2.5 years ago, we launched our first product with about $6,000 in total budget. And last month, that same brand did almost $260,000 in revenue and over $60,000 in profit. But we didn't magically turn $6,000 into a business that's generating over $250,000 a month in revenue. Yeah, we started with an initial investment of $6,000, which was great. It's not a huge amount of money. But over time, we've invested more money into the business because we wanted to buy new products and invest in new things so that we could grow faster. So in total, in the past 2.5 years, we've invested over $60,000 into our Amazon brand. But as I said, right, we made over $60,000 in profit last month. So when you think about it, investing $60,000 over the course of about 2 years to build a business that can generate over $500,000 annually in profit, that's a pretty damn good investment. Where else can you get that sort of investment? If you know somewhere, let me know, but I don't know. So this is why in these videos, when a guru shows you a product that's doing huge numbers, they want to make you believe that you can do the same. Yeah, you can, but you need a lot of money to get to that point.
A lot of money.
Honestly, to launch a product and get it to $30,000 a month, off the bat, you're going to need about $30,000 as a budget. You're not going to launch a product with a $5,000 budget and get immediately to $30,000 in sales.
Now I just want to say this too, man, because you know what else pisses me off? Not only is he correct, right? You do need a lot of money to make a lot of money. Granted, you could, like you said, you could get that money, but it would take years. It takes years. Retail arbitrage, it's easier to take a small amount of money and snowball it, right? You snowball it into a lot of money over time. But you can't just magically take $1,000 and make $300,000 like everybody says. And the other thing that pisses me off is when people say, I made $3,000 an hour. And look, I have said that too. I've said that too on past videos because I want you to click, right? But saying $3,000 an hour, you might have made $3,000 in 1 hour, but it's like, it's gross. You know what I'm saying? It's gross. It's gross money. GROSS, not net. It's gross money, right? It's what you sell it for, but it's not what you put in your pocket. But these gurus take shit to another level.
Sales. You literally don't have enough money to buy 1 month's worth of stock to keep up with that level of sales. And that's why when I see these videos, I just laugh because it's ridiculous. And honestly, this is why everyone that we teach, we actually explain how much money you're gonna need. We're super transparent about it because we would rather tell you the truth from the beginning, or you're just gonna find out what the truth is later down the line when you don't succeed. And then we've not done our job. So we'd rather tell you the truth, explain to you exactly how much money that you need. Then you can pick the right product for your budget. You can pick the right niche. You can start small, you can reinvest, and then if you want to, you can look at investing more money into the business, just like we did. All right, so our next big, fat, juicy
What's the next lie?
Is that products with low reviews and high demand are low competition. So this might be my favorite Amazon FBA guru fallacy. So you've probably heard a ton of gurus saying things like this.
So here, set the maximum reviews to 300. Reviews is how we determine how competitive a niche is. So
first of all, reviews are not. Okay, let's just watch. This is crazy.
Want to find niches that have low competition. Niches where most of the listings have a lot of reviews will be much more difficult and expensive to break into.
Review count. I always like to have some reviews in the products that I am trying to sell because products with way too many reviews are obviously saturated. So an ideal review count is totally up to you, but I like to start at 5 and let's put in 500.
All right, so let's just stop for a little second, right? Think about this. You've got videos that have got tens, if not hundreds of thousands, in some cases, hundreds of thousands of views, where you've got an Amazon FBA guru.
We don't want to go too low here because Amazon's fixed fees will kind of eat into our margin there.
Telling you to use Jungle Scout, use Helium 10, whatever it is, to look for products that have got high demand, between $25 to $35, that have got less than 300 reviews.
Let me tell you something, man. I don't pay attention to the reviews unless I want to know if something doesn't sell or not. Like, I don't use reviews as a metric of saturation. I use reviews as a metric of popularity. Like, if I don't have a good sales rank to go to, the next thing I go to after sales rank is reviews. But I'm not sure why. I mean, I kind of understand why they're saying what they're saying, but it's not good.
So their logic is that this means that those products are low competition. They're low competition because they've got low reviews and they're still selling really well. So that's an opportunity for you to come in, for you to get rich. Well, think about this for a second. What do you think happens when you've got tens, if not hundreds of thousands of people using the exact same filters, looking at the exact same products? They all find the same products.
It's just like in those Discords. Join my Discord. You got 200, 300, 400 people in the Discord. Every time something drops, everybody goes after that same product. It's like sheep.
What happens here is you'll end up looking at the same shit that everyone else is looking at.
Yes.
You see a bunch of products with low reviews and high revenue, so you think this niche is crazy low competition and I can get rich. So you go to Alibaba, you source that product, you add your own logo, you do some nice branding, you make a nice listing, you order 300 units. I'm not sure why you order 300, but that's another thing that these gurus say that doesn't make any sense. And then 4 months after you first found that product, you finally order it, and 2 months later, it arrives at Amazon. So in total, from start to finish, it's taken you 6 months. But in that 6 months, there's been another 250 plus people that have found the same product as you, and they've got it to market either before you or at the same time. So this is exactly what happened with a bunch of people that have personally reached out to us for help. They found a product like these foil drawer organizers. They saw that in the niche, there were sellers with less than 300 reviews that were absolutely killing it. Some of them were doing over $100,000 a month in revenue. And they thought, well, if they can do that with no reviews, we can do the same. But by the time that they got to market, this niche was absolutely flooded with new sellers. The price had tanked, and nobody was making any money apart from the Chinese sellers that were sat at the very top. They were sat there at the top because they could afford rock bottom prices. So please, 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 if there's one thing that you take away from this video, well, apart from not listening to stupid gurus, if there's another thing that you take away from this video, please stop doing your product research by filtering for products that have got low reviews and high demand. If you want to see how product research is actually done, go and check out this video where I did 40 minutes of live product research and I actually show you what you should be looking for. All right, so this next one is...
Let me see. Augustine says this guy doesn't talk about how the Chinese undercut your product you launched. Yeah, I mean, he just kind of briefly said, the Chinese that are left, the sellers at the top that can afford rock bottom prices. So, you know what I mean? Now he did. Yeah. That's always been an issue with Amazon. You know what I mean?
Not really a lie, right?
Specifically with private label, that has always been a huge problem, is the Chinese sellers that can afford things at fucking 3 cents. You know what I mean? It's like...
It's more something that Amazon gurus, they love to say that, in my opinion, is just kind of wrong. Most of them, they don't really even realize themselves why it's wrong. There's no winning products. So Amazon gurus absolutely love to talk about winning products. I see it everywhere.
In this YouTube video, I will be revealing to you the top 5 winning products to sell on Amazon FBA that make over $10,000 every single month.
They talk about winning products as if all you need to do is...
That house seemed kind of echoey. You know what I mean? Almost like there was no furniture in it. Like that house was kind of rented. You know what I mean? It seemed there's a lot of echo there. You know what I'm saying?
Find some holy grail product on Alibaba that none of the other 10,000 people doing product research at the same time, none of those people found. It's just you. You managed to stumble across something that's going to make you rich. And I'm going to say it, the product itself is not as important as you think it is. Top Amazon sellers can honestly make almost any product work with the right budget and the right execution. And that doesn't mean that you should just launch any product. But honestly, if you give a beginner and an experienced seller the same product, it's super likely that the successful seller is going to make that product work and the beginner is going to launch it and it'll be a flop. And the reason for that is because the experienced seller, they know how to properly launch a product on Amazon. They know that you need a big enough budget to order 3 to 4 months worth of stock. They know how to create a super high quality listing. They know how to do PPC.
Goalie.
They know that you need to invest in super high quality visual branding, and you need to get
actually
a
a cool item.
graphic designer. They know all of those things because the experienced seller is following a proper proven playbook. They're following a playbook for launching products on Amazon that the beginner has no idea about. The beginner's just taking swings in the dark with no real strategy. And these gurus, they're teaching you the wrong way to think about product research. They're making you think that everything is about the product, when almost everything is about the product execution. It's about how you launch it on Amazon. It's less so about the actual product itself. So this way of thinking that
I mean, if you think about that, it's kind of true, because you could take how many products are on Amazon that you're like, oh, this is such a stupid product. Why is it selling 20,000 a month? It's because of the execution of the product. Like the marketing that goes behind it, the advertising to make you feel that you need this product.
You need to find a winning golden product, a holy grail product. It's holding you back from actually picking a product and a niche and going on to have success. The product itself obviously is important. I'm not trying to say that it's not. Well, I kind of did, but it is important. But even the best product in the world is going to be a flop if you don't know how to launch it. And that leads me into my next big fat guru lie, that you're going to be making 35 to 45% profit margins. This is one of the biggest things that most gurus, they really exaggerate.
Listen, in retail arbitrage, you can make 35 to 45% profit margin, but it's absolutely not every single product at all.
About, you know, that the profit margins.
And I know he's not talking about retail arbitrage here. He's talking about simply selling on Amazon, mostly private label, launching a product, which is something we don't really cover, but I always get questions about that.
Are just not as high as what they're saying.
For example, this product is making over $263,000 a month in monthly revenue, and with a 41.3% profit margin, which comes out to over $100,000 a month in net profit.
So right now, our profit margins, they're falling somewhere between 25 and 30%. But for the entirety of last year, we were closer, honestly, to about 16%. Now, the vast majority of Amazon sellers, they operate somewhere between 15 and 20% margins. Some of the big 8-figure sellers, they might be even closer to 10%. Yet every video where you see an Amazon guru talking about products, they're telling you to expect 30 to 40% margins. Or they talk about their students and they say their students are making 35% net profit. Some of them are even trying to tell you that they themselves make 40, sometimes even 50% margins on their products. And it's absolutely nuts. Nobody is making those margins on Amazon. If on the rare occasion they do actually show you their results, it's usually going to be a seller central screenshot where they're showing you the revenue. But then what they do is they talk about their net profit margins and they'll say that it's 35, maybe even 45%. And yeah, it's just not true. It is possible to get over that 25-30% mark, but it's not easy and it's really, really rare. It's way more likely that you'll fall into that 15 to 20% margin mark
100%.
that most successful sellers do. And the point is that that margin is still really healthy. As long as it gives you a good return on your money, that's
100%.
great. Now again, this is something that they're exaggerating because they want you to think that if you do $10,000 a month in revenue, that you're going to be printing cash and making $4,000 a month in profit in your back pocket, which, yeah, okay, it is possible in very, very rare instances, but it's much more likely that it's going to be lower than that. And I think for you, right, as a beginner getting into Amazon, you should know exactly what the truth is. You should know what you're getting into. You wouldn't go into another business model. You wouldn't open a cafe or open a restaurant thinking that your realistic profit margin is going to be 35%, when in reality, it's not going to be anywhere near that. So why should Amazon FBA be any different?
Although, I will reiterate that retail arbitrage is a different animal. It's a different animal with retail arbitrage. And again, I know he's not covering retail arbitrage, but retail arbitrage can be 40, 50% margins easily.
I want you to know exactly what you're getting into. All right, so next up, we've got this.
But, you know, retail arbitrage is not at scale, right? If you're constantly ordering products via wholesale or private label, you know, as long as you have a steady margin, percentage margin, 10, 15, 20%, and you can make that hand over fist every time, that's a lot better than making 40, 50% once in a while with retail arbitrage.
Infamous buzzword every single Amazon guru loves: passive income. Now let's quickly clear this up, right? You can scale to the point where Amazon FBA is relatively passive, but as a beginner, you're going to need to do a lot of work and it takes up a lot of time to get everything up and running. So gurus, they make it sound like in 2 to 3 months, you can launch a product, be making $10,000 a month in profit, working from your laptop, sat on a beach somewhere, and you've told your boss to go fuck himself. But it's just not really true. So our brand right now, as I mentioned, it's doing pretty damn well. We're making more money than I ever thought was possible. I never thought that we would get to the point where we're making over $60,000 a month in profit. But we've literally worked on this now every single day for almost 3 years. Now, if you're somebody that sees working on something every day as a positive thing, and you know, you're somebody that thrives on achieving big goals, and you do want to show up and put in the work because you're passionate about it, then hearing this might not necessarily be a bad thing. But if you're somebody that's really busy and maybe you've got 2 hours a week free, then you're probably going to struggle to make this work. It's not a side hustle where you don't need to put in the time, where you just throw money at it and it spits money back out. You really do need to be able to put in a lot of time and a lot of effort into getting the thing up and running and doing it in the right way. It's a real business.
100%.
So learning everything, it takes time, especially if you do it on your own. You know, you really need to come into this thinking and understanding that it's a business for the next few years. It's going to take you at least 4 to 6 months to get your first product live. And even then, you've got to be doing work to continue to grow that individual product and the business itself. And yeah, it's true, right?
He's right.
You can learn how to outsource a lot of the most time-consuming tasks. So you can hire a VA in the Philippines to do a lot of the manual work for you. You can start in the beginning with the mindset of trying to minimize the amount of time that you spend on the business, and you can.
Now those VAs in the Philippines, I don't know, because you got to take time to train those VAs. You still have to train them.
Still, do it really well. But the idea that it's completely passive income is just false. It's not like investing in a business and getting dividends for doing nothing. Like anything, if it's worth doing, it takes time. But honestly, if you stick to it, it's definitely worth it. All right, so I know a lot of the points that I made in this video might make Amazon FBA seem a bit shit, a bit negative. They probably go against what you've heard from other gurus. Well, I know they do, that's why I made the video. But honestly, we're living proof that Amazon FBA is still an amazing business opportunity. Our business is growing exponentially. And in the next few years, we are going to become millionaires when we sell our brand. And there's still so much opportunity to make really great money selling your own branded products, creating your own brands, doing Amazon FBA in the right way. And on top of that, you're going to be learning invaluable skills that you can use for a ton of different businesses. If you approach it in the right way, you can build a real business that, as I said, we're trying to do. You can go on and sell it for a life-changing amount of cash. But please stop listening to these nonsense gurus that are lying and stretching the truth because they want you to buy their course. The chances are, if they never show you their actual results, which even some of the biggest YouTubers with the most views never actually do if you dive into it, the chances are that they don't really know what they're doing. They're not really selling on Amazon themselves. And I think they shouldn't really be trusted. I think you should listen to the people that are actually showing.
Yeah, I can see that, man. I can see that.
And are giving you real solid advice. All right, that's it for this one. Go and watch this video where I did 45.
Hey, listen. I think he actually has something there, man. I think he actually has something there. That was actually a pretty good video as far as like doing friggin' private label and wholesale, right? Because so many people are trying to sell you courses and all this other crap. So that's actually not a bad video, man. I actually like his insight. Man. Let's see. What do we got next? Oh boy. We have our friend. Let me see what else we got here. Oh yeah, we got some juice. Man, do we have some juice for you? Oh, I need to. Let me see. What I gotta do real quick. Boom, boom, boom. Let me say wayo. All right. We've got Find It, Flip It. Find It, Flip It here. Says, how to get paid just for shopping at Ross. Retail arbitrage. Checking in with other sellers to see what they're doing. Is it real or is it crap? Let's find out. Rebecca, what do you got for us?
We are back to see if we can find any profitable product at Ross today. So today, doing retail arbitrage at Ross, I'm gonna start in the men's because I really like to look at the men's shoes. And then Easter's coming up, so I want to check out some of their Easter stuff. And then I'll make my way around to women's and beauty. Look what I just found, these UGG men's sandals. I've never seen
those are so ugly.
$20.
Uggs, those are ugly. Whew. But they probably sell for whatever reason.
So this is something that I'm just gonna Google and see, like, if they sell on any platform and what they kind of sell for. Because I can't sell them on Amazon and I can't sell them on Walmart. So
I did find them on StockX, but there's no data. Not a single sale has been made. Nothing. I mean,
Just says this shit's ugly, bro.
Bad size, but
ugly.
Just gonna go. Where we need to be right now, thinking about like Easter, Shore, Mother's Day, spring items, summer, back to school. Back to school is going to be here before you know it. My opinion on back to school, like times, like the best times, in my opinion, is anywhere from like January 15th.
Oh my God, I know. Sorry guys, the Ross alarms got my brain jumbled. I know. That was actually, that was a good effect right there. Because the alarms, you can't go into a Ross without the alarms.
To like August 25th-ish. So, with that being said,
you could tell how ultra processed this part is because she tried so hard to get the alarms out.
I just came across this Champion backpack at Ross for $13, $12.99. Now, when I scan this, I only am looking at this from a back to school perspective. So I only care about what it was selling for during the time frame that I just said, in my opinion, was the best time frame for back to school. So I want to know what it was selling for last year. Last year, during back to school, it was selling for anywhere from $27 to $30.
Everybody's doing FBM with this though because the FBA cost is like $12.
It's
which is
ridiculous.
just stupid. You can
Yeah.
ship this for less, way less. It's so light. Anyway, I don't offer free shipping, so regardless, the customer's gonna pay for shipping.
That's the one thing I wish Amazon would do, man. Amazon leaves it to us. Like if the weights and measurements are off on products on Amazon, then they just kind of go with it. So if it's wrong, it's wrong. Like Amazon does nothing to try to rectify weights and size and measures and all that shit unless you submit some kind of form to fix it.
Put in a buffer of $2 just in case if maybe it is a little bit more than what I'm charging for
Peter K in the building. What up, Peter?
shipping, but odds are it's not going to be because this is so light. It's not like a big bulky backpack either. So I'm gonna bet that I could sell this FBM, not a problem, between the times that I just said, July to August, like 25th, for $27. And with that being the case, Nepetto let me know that I'll make almost an $8 profit on every single unit. And right now,
We try using that Nepetto app. I don't like it.
I found 3 units so far, $13 each. So easy money. And Champion is such a great and underestimated brand to be selling on Amazon. You heard it here first. Found another winner. I found 2 so far, but there's definitely more because I see a lot of pink. These messy Adidas shirts, only $15 at Ross. They retail for $40, and that's what Amazon is selling these for on Amazon. Now, I know there's like weird stuff going on with Adidas, but with Amazon, but they let me list this and sell this as new. That's been like people's issue. It's not letting people like list and sell Adidas as new.
Right.
I just checked I can list and sell these as new.
The $40, I'm not even quite sure it's still profitable.
I'm gonna take the price to 32 and try to
Rebecca, show us how it's profitable.
compete with Amazon.
I want to see the screenshot because I've dealt with things at $15, buying them at $15, selling them at $40, and it's just not worth it. Let's see the screenshot.
That's just my own personal preference and what I want to do. So we're gonna try it out. I found 2 units so far. I'm still super profitable.
There it is. Boom. So, see, it says sale price, $32. You might not be able to see because my head's in the way, right? Cost price, $15. Okay, look, $15. On her own app, it says $15. The sale price is $32. It says the profit is $4.28. That's shit profit. That's shit. It's just not worth it. $4.28. That's not even enough to cover the referral fee and the shipping into Amazon. And if you were going to do FBM, is this FBA or is this FBM? Amazon, one FBA. I think she said FBA. But FBM, even I don't know. To me, that's not a good product.
At $32, and I'm gonna, of course, FBA these, but I want to try to find it.
FBA gonna make $4 profit, but you're not gonna make $4 profit, and this is what nobody talks about. And listen, even people that I like Rebecca, I like Find and Flip It, I do, but nobody talks about the shipping into Amazon. Nobody talks about the placement fees that you're gonna have to pay into Amazon. That's like $1, $2 by itself per item. So you're not going to even make, you're not even going to make you might make $1 profit. It's not worth it. Also, let's see if she shows that she actually bought this stuff. I'm not saying she doesn't. What I'm saying is, let's see if like she actually, like she might be talking, hey, you could buy these, $4 profit. But I'm telling you, man, it's not a good product.
I'm going to try to at least find 5, which I think I can. There's so much pink. So 2 more, so now I'm at 4 units. Already almost at $50 profit, so let's keep going. I'm kind of done with the men's.
Sorry if you hear that in the background. It's my wife making a protein shake.
Clothing. I'm going to now go to the socks and the hats and then the toys. I just found the Nike socks at Ross that got me banned from Hibbett. They're $17 though, so they're a little bit high, but I mean, I have such a history with these socks, and I know that they sell so fast.
And it's not my fault. The volume on the video is low. It's not my thing here. It's just the way the video was recorded. She probably has it so processed because Ross is a very noisy place.
So well. Ooh, I want to get them so bad, but at $17, they're like a little bit high, and there's a good bit of sellers. I would be doing them FBM as well, and I would be charging for shipping, and some of these people aren't charging for shipping. So I'm gonna leave them. There's so many units here. I'm gonna leave them in hopes of them going on sale or being discounted. And like, even if they're at $14 or $13, they do $12.99. I'll be money and I'll buy them then. I just found these Adidas hats, Adidas Originals hats.
Yep, and I co-sign that. Full Scale Resale says that's why we stand by the $10 profit or pass. Yep. And honestly, you kind of opened my eyes to that too, because it's just, we get so hooked into the way things used to be, right? Sometimes we forget about the inbound shipping and the placement fees and all the other bullshit that we have to pay.
For $10 each. Somebody's trying to sell these on Amazon for $40, which is crazy. There's somebody else on an FBM at like $32.
Hold on. Let's go back here for a second. Profit margin, break even, 21.60. Oh, I can't really see the issue, the stuff there.
Which is crazy.
$32 plus $8 shipping though.
There's somebody else on an FBM at like 32. I'm finding these literally for $10.
But it's 32 plus 8, so they're really on there for 40.
So why is he yelling? The alarms are enough. We're not going to be yelling. There's somebody else.
I feel the same way.
There's a good bit of these. I'm literally going to buy every single one. I'm going to send it.
All right, let's break it down. $10. Sale price $30. Profit $7.12. Better. Sales rank is 458,000. So what's the BSR on that? Let's look it up. BSR on that. So the BSR on this, let's take the ASIN. Let's look it up, right? Because this is what we do, right? We like to interact with everything here. So let's see. BSR UPC is 88825 413 2827. Let's see. BSR. That's what we want. BSR. Top 1%. Well, 519,000 now. So it's not even 458,000 at the time. Right now it's currently 519,000, but still top 1%, 13 a month. If she bought it for $10, let's put it here. They're actually selling now for $41.76, and the profit is $17.99. So I hope she held on to those because, well, there's only one seller on here. There's only one seller on here with two in stock. It would be interesting if that was actually her, which I'm not gonna say the brand just in case it was, but interesting.
These out FBA, and then I'm gonna sell these for $30. And like I said before, with the other Adidas stuff, like there's some weird Adidas stuff going on, but again, Amazon is letting me list these as new, so why not? These Nike hats, only $15, selling on Amazon though for $32. I'm gonna FBA these. There's about 4 units. There's one here, and then there's some over there. I feel like it's always hat season, but it's definitely about to be hat season for sure. Because
I can never find hats
let's
at good prices in Florida.
Section.
Massachusetts I can, never Florida.
I haven't really seen anything Eastery here, to be honest with you.
Eastery, I say that too.
And stuff. Not really seeing any. I would say my favorite things to source in Ross are the men's shoes. Ooh.
See, she does a lot of shoes. I don't bother with shoes a lot of times.
I see a bunch of swim stuff here. Start scanning this for summer. Trust me. Anyway, I would say my favorite things to source in Ross are men's shoes. I would just say men's, period. Like men's shoes, clothing, hats, underwear, accessories. Men's, period. They always seem to have some of the best stuff for discounted. I have liked the toys section. I will say that. I have found some good stuff.
I do like the toys. Toys is our favorite category to source in Ross, for sure.
I'm good to check out. I've already made...
Oh, she didn't spend much time in toys.
Hats, shirts, and backpacks. I'm good.
Walking out of Ross again, almost $150 richer. Let me know down below what is your guys' favorite thing to source at Ross. Like,
Where do you go right when you walk into Ross? Thank you guys so much for watching. And
I like Find and Flip. I like Rebecca. I do.
as always, let's keep finding and flipping. We are back to see.
I do like Rebecca. I do like Find and Flip It. You know what I mean? I do. But, you know, it's not the most transparent video. You know, it's good content to show you, hey, I'm buying this, I'm buying that. But did she buy it? Hold on. Did she buy it?
I'm good. Walking out of Ross again, almost $150 richer. Let me know down below what is your
But
guys'
did you buy it?
favorite
Where's your
thing
bag?
to source at Ross. Like, where do you go right when you walk into Ross? Thank you guys so much for watching. And as always, let's keep finding
Where's the bag?
and flipping. We are back.
Where's the bag? Well, okay. All right, maybe she bought it. Maybe she bought it. Maybe she didn't. Who knows? Who knows? Who knows? Who knows? Man, that's that. That is that. I need 5 minutes, real quick. I gotta use the baño real quick. You feel me? Can you guys give me 5 minutes, please? I love you guys. I don't have anything for you to watch, so just sit there and shut up. No. Let me see. What can I should have something that you could at least watch. You know, you should watch my intro again. Just watch the intro. I have to make a be right back screen. That's what I have to do. I need a be right back screen. So I'm gonna just give me a second. Give me 1 second. I'll be quick. All right, we're back in the building, baby. Whew. Told you, I thought that was kind of quick, right? What'd you guys think about that video with Rebecca? Would you guys have bought that? Would you have bought those Adidas hats that were in question? Would you have bought those hats? I wouldn't have. I wouldn't have. I would not have. All right, next. We're going to get into... Let me see here. We're going to get into our friend and mod, Mr. Ryan Resells Infinity. Says the Amazon's downfall. Resellers are pissed. What are they pissed about? What aren't resellers pissed about? We're always pissed off, right? But you know what they say, right? It's better to be pissed off than be pissed on. Let's see what Ryan got to say. Ryan rants.
What's up, guys? Reseller Rant, episode 25. Check it.
Time to get paid,
Hey, this might give us copyright. We're just gonna kind of okay.
So I'm driving to, and it just occurred to me. So I'm driving to another store to get a bunch of clearance Lego that I know is on sale. And it sort of just kind of like occurred to me that maybe I need to check and see if Amazon has restricted me from selling Lego. Right? But guess what? Never fear. Never fear. Walmart is here. Should I get paid? Should I be getting paid for these Walmart endorsements? I think I should. Walmart.
Tell me about
Get
it.
at me.
Tell me about it.
Anyway, so Amazon has gone fucking batshit crazy. Of course, they are fucking kicking sellers the fuck off listings. They are making us send in, 100 units, 200 units, 300 units.
Crazy.
Invoices. So, that is fucking batshit. You can't be a retail arbitrage seller or an OA seller and send in, or a small reseller to begin with, and even wholesale. Sometimes, a lot of these brands, you're going to be able to cash flow, cash flow some of these invoices. I don't know. I mean, if you got stellar credit and you're just starting off and never fucked up any.
Amazon is turning to complete.
Maybe that would be something you could do. But every brand, I doubt it. So, and not every brand you want to get anyway. But we're getting gated or regated in many of the things that we used to be able to sell. Universal, right?
It's crazy.
Specific Blu-rays, DVDs, Universal, Marvel, Mattel, Monopoly, Disney, and the list goes fucking on. And it seems crazy to even say, but that's just what's happening.
Now, if you think of this, right? Think of how crazy this is, right? Amazon's restricting you to sell on their platform certain brands, right? They regate you in a lot of things, sending 100, 200, 300, quantities and all this other shit, right? But you could go on eBay and you could sell as many of a product as you want. You can go on Mercari, you could sell, but for some reason, because Amazon is the top selling marketplace, for some reason, they're telling you you can't allow. Like in other words, the first sale doctrine doesn't apply to Walmart Marketplace and people selling on Walmart. And it's kind of bullshit. So when people say, oh, resellers are scalpers, they're not fucking scalpers. We have every right to trade and resell things that we've acquired legally, right? If you've bought something, you have the right to resell it. That's just how the world works. Everywhere you shop is an item being resold to you.
And like I said before, I said this, if you go back to my Thanksgiving, one of these, I think before it was called, reseller talk or truck talk or some bullshit, I had, where I'm in the truck, right? Like right now. But I said Thanksgiving of last year, no, it wasn't even last year. It was the year before. It was the year before. The year before.
Get it together, Ryan.
Driving to Michigan, right? And so, yeah, back and forth. And I think I did a Christmas and a Thanksgiving. Any fucking way, right? The point is this. The point is that I said I was shifting my shit, my
pivot. I've said it for so long. I've been saying it for years. Even before I got demonetized on YouTube, I was telling you, pivot. Do not make this your only income. Don't do it.
Reselling business to be more heavy into Walmart WFS, more heavy into reselling on Walmart and not reselling on Amazon, because you could kind of feel it. You could kind of feel it turning. And I'm not saying I'm a fucking, some fucking guru or whatever. I'm just saying I felt what it was, which is the small nitpick.
Yep.
Right? The nitpick of sellers poking us, poking. And what happened is they just kept feeding into their own bullshit. They're like, thanks, sellers, the commercials that we've all seen, right? Small sellers, private sellers, independent third-party sellers, are 70 to 60% of Amazon's fucking overall fucking business. So thank you, sellers, blah, blah. Fuck yourself.
Yep.
How about that? How about you go fuck yourself?
I feel you,
right?
Ryan.
Right over these railroad
I
tracks.
feel you.
Okay.
He said, fuck yourself. Right over these railroad tracks.
Go fuck yourself, Amazon, because you don't give a fuck about us. Obviously, clearly. It's not a fucking case of fucking fraud.
Yep.
Some of these other resellers are talking about, well, they're trying to curb fraud. Fuck you. There's
No,
always
they're
gonna be
not.
fraud. There's always going to be fraud. Always,
Everywhere.
Always.
Yes.
It doesn't
Everywhere.
fucking matter.
Always going to be
For
fraud.
Fucking, the fucking Stone Age until fucking now. There's always fraud. Motherfuckers trying to paint fucking Da Vinci pictures and fucking.
Hey, listen. If you got kids, I'm telling you right now, this is a prime time show. Get your kids, get them up, and get them out. Okay? Get your kids out of the room. This is prime time. I'll wait. We're not censored here on this channel, man. We're just not. Get them up, get them out.
You know, the fucking recreating the Mona Lisa and Picasso's and every fucking other thing, right? To now, to fucking fake Gucci bags and fucking bullshit, okay? You know, it's never going to stop. You're not going to be the fucking company that goes, you know what, we fucking stopped fucking fraud.
Yes.
But what you can do is verify that these fucking motherfucking sellers are real. Like,
whoa, he said he used the F word 4 times and actually created a sentence. Ryan.
Me, like other resellers are real.
Where is Ryan? Why is he not here right now? He's probably busy making money.
Really not that hard, okay? It's really not that hard. You don't have to go to extremes like you're doing right now, talking about fucking, 100 units and 200 units and 400 units and 300 units. I saw 500 units. Fucking Con Air is like fucking 100 units, 200, 300 units. All these different fucking brands. Do you think that they're getting knocked off in such a capacity,
right,
in such a way that it is creating this much? Possibly. But the problem is that you're hurting your fucking bread and butter. And everybody's going to fucking jump ship, and then what are you going to do? What are you going to do? I mean, you're so big, you don't give a fuck. This is like the banks being too big to fail. It's unfucking real. If anybody remembers the fucking, the housing market and bank crisis, 2008, 9-ish, everyone knows that.
Yeah, Ryan's popping. He is popping off. This is a Ryan rant we're looking at right now. Reese says resellers are pissed. It should say Ryan Reseller Infinity is pissed. But he's saying that he's spitting a lot of facts, man, and he's saying a lot of things that a lot of people don't say. I mean, I say it, but he's actually taking the F word. He's saying the F word 4 or 5 times, and it's actually making a complete sentence. So I'm actually impressed.
These fucking banks thought they were fucking too big to fail, and they were. You know why? Just like the fucking airlines, because you can get bailed out. If you are a reseller and you fuck up your business, or if you're a fucking, a sole proprietor or an LLC or
yo,
double up.
Tell us what you really feel, Ryan.
I don't like Walmart very much.
Even a C Corp or whatever, an S Corp, whatever it is, and you fuck your business up, and you go, please give me a handout. I fucked this all up because I can't balance a budget or fucking.
Yo, this is just crazy.
Pay my bills. What do you think happens? You go fucking bankrupt, right? They take your house and you fucking gotta sell all your shit so you can fucking just stay afloat. Take out loans from family or do whatever the fuck you gotta do because you decided to partake in the American dream.
My man is spinning the block right now. He is spinning the block. You could see the fumes coming out of his nostrils.
Okay? That is what you did. You decided to go, you know what? I'd like a piece of that pie. I'd like a little bit of, a fucking snippet, a little morsel. I'm fucking going off now. But I'm telling you, this shit is pissing me off. I'm tired of fucking getting fucked over by big conglomerates talking about how they fucking care about the fucking little guy, right? And so the little guy raises them up and they go, fuck you.
Yep.
Fuck you, buddy. And that's what they
think about this. 6 years ago, it was a dream to sell on Amazon. It was amazing. Fees were down, fees were low. Now they're just F you. Okay, F you. They're F you until they get screwed over, and then they're gonna realize, oh, we actually need those sellers.
That's what they do. They get too big and they think they're too big to fucking fail, right?
Stating facts 100%.
Fucking big to fail. And I don't know
100%.
I don't know. I mean, I'm not fucking, some fucking whatever. But I do know that I can personally change my business model to try to protect myself from, the downfall of fucking Amazon, really. Resellers on Amazon, if I'm being truthful. So what I have done, and what I think everybody needs to do is, you need to, number one, railroad track. You need to, number one, railroad track. Number two, so number one, what you need to do is diversify, right? So you need to be selling on multiple marketplaces. You cannot stick to one marketplace. Amazon suspended me many years ago for fucking bullshit, and it took me fucking forever to fucking get back. Okay, and in that time, what I did prior to, also, because I knew that I shouldn't have all my eggs in one basket, what I did was made sure I had a fucking Walmart account and an eBay account, okay? Now, eBay is very easy to get on. Walmart, not so much.
We're banned from eBay, by the way. We got banned not once, but twice. Yeah. For stupid shit. That wasn't our fault. Both times we ended up getting screwed.
But years and years ago, 4 years ago plus, that I started on Walmart. You know, after I got my Amazon account, it was a little bit easier. It did take me a few months, but yeah, when I was suspended on fucking Amazon, they hold your fucking money, they hold your fucking inventory, and they say fuck you, right? Prove that you fucking blah blah blah, right? And I would have gotten my money back, and I would have fucking gotten my inventory back, and they would have fucking charged me, you know, just like now. They sent me a fucking one single DVD, one DVD back, okay? One DVD in a box that was 2 pounds. A box that you could have fit, I don't fucking know. It's as big as the fucking back of this seat. I don't know if you can see the fucking seat back here. It's as big as the fucking seat.
I've got that.
24 by 15 by 9, okay? For a fucking Blu-ray, right? And charged me 2 pounds to ship it back to me.
Yep.
This is Universal, right? The Universal. And some people think that we're going to have some kind of fucking leeway and we're going to have some kind of fucking grace period. No, they're dropping the fucking hammer.
Yes.
Right? And everybody out there, hit me up in the comments and tell me that you're not getting fucked, okay? And then come ask me how the fuck you can start reselling on fucking Walmart, okay? Once again, please sponsor me, Walmart.
But again, the grass is not always greener on the other side. You know, a lot of people shedding a lot of light on Walmart. Unfortunately, I don't have any actual experience to talk about the Walmart marketplace and selling on Walmart. I tried to get on Walmart, submitted my documents. They're verifying. They can't verify. It still says it's verifying. You know, 20 fucking years later, it'll still say it's verifying my information. You can't talk to nobody. You can't email nobody because everybody's incompetent. Nobody knows what the fuck they're doing over at Walmart. And I'm not quite sure I want to trust a company that hires a bunch of incompetent fuckers to work there. So I digress. I don't sell on Walmart Marketplace, but I can tell you I've heard, just by watching a couple videos and seeing a couple things, some people like it, some people don't like it. And it's going to be like that no matter what marketplace that you sell on. But just understand the grass is not always greener on the other side.
I'm your best promoter out there. No one's talking about Walmart WFS.
True.
There's very few people out on the fucking YouTube fucking.
Because Walmart doesn't know how to fucking accept people. That's why nobody's talking about it.
Ether that are talking about Walmart WFS, Walmart reselling, Walmart selling to begin with.
Well, Ryan, Resells Infinity, why the fuck aren't you making content around Walmart WFS? You should be doing that.
Very fucking few. Very few. Some of the people that I know, very few, you know. But, you know, they're talking about it a little bit here and there. But let's get into brass tacks. You know what I mean? Let's see why you should fucking at least think about doing 50-50, right? Do fucking whatever. And everybody's fucking quitting eBay. Good. Fucking quit. Okay? Everybody's quitting eBay.
People have been saying they quitting eBay for years, though.
Right? Quit. Fucking quit. Take your fucking sack, your fucking little fucking, take your fucking little sorry sack and fucking go home. Okay? Cry me a fucking river. Take your ball. Go home.
Right. I mean, listen.
Bullshit, okay?
He's right.
So what I'm saying is you should be.
But people have been crying about eBay for years, dude. People have been crying about eBay for years. I'm actually going to start going on Whatnot pretty hard, so stay tuned.
You know, do something similar, at least 50-50, right? Do 50-50. Get the fuck on Amazon, and if you don't, you need to diversify into something else. Richie talked about doing, you know, the Amazon influencer program. That sounds fucking fantastic. I'm sure he's making more fucking money than he is doing reselling.
I am. Just saying. I am actually making more money on the influencer program than reselling. That is a factual statement.
And probably more than he is making on fucking YouTube, probably.
And that is also a factual statement. I am making more money on the influencer program. As a matter of fact, it is my #1 stream of income right now, to be honest.
So, you know, that's something you guys could look into too. Anybody who's already on YouTube, you know, it's not an easy thing to get up here and just, you know, make a fucking goofball out of yourself. But, you know, that's the fucking, you know, world we live in. That is the plight. That is the crown that I must bear. Heavy is the cross. You know what
Listen, Ryan is doing what 99% of people are scared to do. Right? He's putting himself out there. A lot of people don't want to do that.
I mean, I don't know if any of that is going to get in there. So anyway, you need to diversify, okay? Let's do that. Diversify your motherfucking portfolio. Get onto fucking Walmart. You start, try to get an account, start selling. At least go on to fucking eBay. And there's cross listers and all kinds of.
Can somebody go back and we need to get an F-bomb counter. Maybe I'll make a video on that. And we're going to count how many F-bombs were said during this video. He might have taken the record from me.
Stuff that you can cross list, okay? But you're going to get fucked maybe if you don't know what you're doing.
Boom.
I try to say to people, if you're just starting out, start selling on eBay. Don't fucking go to the big dogs first. Don't go to the big dogs first. You don't know what you're doing. You're going to fuck shit up. You don't know what you're doing. Ask people. Ask me. Some seasoned sellers in here think they still got it figured out. I always ask questions. I'm always curious. I'm always trying to find out new information. You know why? Because I don't fucking know everything.
That's right.
That's the truth.
Nobody knows everything.
And I know that I don't know everything.
Yep.
I mean, such is life, right?
I feel you.
Such is fucking life. You think you know everything, life will fucking, turn you around in a fucking instant.
Yep.
Pretty fucking easy.
Pretty easy is right.
And prove to you that you don't know fuck.
That's
you don't know fuck about shit.
Wake up!
Oh my God.
I don't like Walmart very much.
So there's that. Anyway, that's enough of that. That's enough of that rant. Hit me up in the comments. Like, share, subscribe. Seriously, hit me in the comments and let me know what's going on with you in your reselling business.
Yes, sir, Ryan.
What's going on with you
Hey,
as a
Ryan.
reseller personally, and where you see the change, if you feel or see a change coming. All right? Well, take care, guys. And as always, I will catch you all in the editing. All right, boy?
Let's go, baby. Let's go, man. Ryan Resells Infinity, man. If you're not subscribed, make sure you go over and check out Ryan Resells Infinity on his YouTube channel. Just type in Ryan Resells Infinity and it will come up with that there. Definitely check him out. So, yeah. Man. But listen, he swore a lot, but he spit facts. Those are facts. He talked a lot about Amazon and how they lift you up, they incentivize you in a lot of things, and then once Amazon feels like they have just enough, boom, F you, right? And again, I can't understand how the problem of selling certain products on Amazon versus selling on eBay. Maybe it's because the volume, but if you're a third-party reseller, you're not selling any different volume than you would on eBay or Mercari, right? I mean, if you're wholesale, okay, you're selling hundreds, if not thousands of any given product, and I can understand that. But if you're not selling that, why do I not have permission to sell something on Amazon? I am fucking paying you, Amazon, $40 so I could sell on your platform. And not only do you tell me, hey, we'll take your $40 and tell you to go fuck yourself, you'll sell what we tell you can sell. But then when you tell me I can sell something and I go to sell it, you say, we've got enough data from this. We're going to hop on this listing too. And you're selling it at $30. We're going to come on and sell it at $12. So now you can't sell that either. So now we're going to wait to hopefully make sure that you wait so we can collect storage fees on you plus your $40 a month, and you're not selling your product because we're telling you go fuck yourself, right? That's literally what's happening. All the data that's collected. Amazon is a data collection company. They're a tech company. They are not an e-commerce company, okay? With their AWS and all this other bullshit that other companies use, like Target. I'm not sure if Walmart uses it, but I know Target does use their AWS, okay? And I never understood why there isn't any legal obligation that I pay. If I wasn't paying anything, okay, no problem. Do whatever you want to do. But I'm paying you to sell on your platform, and you're restricting me from selling certain products, if not all products, most products, right? Some, most, depends on who you are, who's ungated in what. And you have the audacity to tell me, hey, you can't sell this product, but I'm going to take your $40 and then I'm going to hop on the listing and sell against you. I'm going to be your competitor after you're paying me to sell. It's just, and then I'm going to charge you because now you can't sell your product. So if you recall it, I'm going to charge you per item plus shipping to recall your item back because now you can't sell it because I'm selling it. So fuck you. Like, it's just, it just pisses me off. I understand exactly what he's talking about. But listen, again, you see all these people online that is saying, hey, we can make all this money with Amazon. Bullshit. If you were making all this fucking money on Amazon, you wouldn't be selling courses. You wouldn't be with all this shit. Give me a fucking break. If you were doing so good and your profit margins were so well, you wouldn't have to desperately raise money by selling bullshit ass courses to people. That's just how I look at it. You know, I've always said it's always better to connect with people than connect with courses. And I believe that. You know, I believe that. All right, let's continue with Amazon pallets. You know, something I've seen a lot of people getting involved with, especially on Whatnot and Drip is another live selling platform. People do it on eBay too, but this is specifically geared towards the live sellers, because when I start live selling, because I already have a profile on Whatnot, and when I get back to it, I thought to myself, I could go in my storage unit. I could just set up all my stuff in my bins. Right now, I'm in an organizing process. I'm trying to organize and really get my inventory to a place where I can kind of just go in, open up a bin, and just start auctioning off shit. You know what I mean? Boom, boom, boom. Let's get rid of it. Let's get rid of it. So that's going to be my Whatnot thing. But a lot of people have been doing that. They've been buying Amazon returns. They've been buying storage lockers. They've been getting into quick flips, and live selling is still around and still going strong. And this is kind of something that I want to go through. This is by Franchise Kicks. And his video is, I bought a $4,000 Amazon returns pallet. Man. Let's see what's in this $4,000 Amazon returns pallet. Let's see Clint. I haven't seen a Clint video in a while. Let's see what's going on in the Amazon
we are
pallet
back
returns.
With another fantastic box opening. Everybody likes this. This one is electronics. Oh.
Have you guys ever dealt with Amazon return pallets or any type of closeout or storage locker buyouts? If you have, let me know in the comments.
Ooh, that sounds nice.
We don't often get electronics, and so we were able to get one pallet.
Whole pallet of these boxes.
And
Jeez.
That's all that we've been able to get so far because they just go so expensive.
I bet. I bet.
So this one, the MSRP, I believe was around $4,000 for the items. And this is for
MSRP.
Boxes,
all right.
Not this box.
Like
it was
a pallet of boxes.
A whole pallet of boxes.
Yeah.
So this is just one box off of that pallet. And again, the MSRP was around $4,000.
For the pallet.
I think we paid...
For the pallet or for the box? I'm confused. It was $4,000 Amazon returns pallet. So this box is off that pallet. Okay.
Like in the
it's like 10%.
Lucas says, is Whatnot good? Man, I love Whatnot. When it's done right and you organize it, I was selling collectibles only on there, but I'm going to start selling everything on there. I love Whatnot. I thought it was great.
Percent, I think.
Yeah. It was like high 300s.
It was very, very cheap.
Yeah.
Very
so
cheap.
We did one of these already, and I was impressed with what we got from the last one. I mean, we got some decent stuff. So
it was filmed a few weeks ago. I don't remember.
We'll see what we get in this one. So hang on, and here we go.
Let's see what you got.
Imagine making $453,000 in a single month as an affiliate marketer without.
I had to close up to reflip it.
Be dramatic
I need to
about
get my
it.
knife back. I used to, hey, thanks to Clint, I used to start opening my boxes with flip knives and everything instead of scissors and box cutters because knives are just cooler. And I can't find my knives anywhere. I have to look for my knives.
It's all about the drama.
Yeah. Oh, I missed it. This is actually straight from Amazon too. These are all Amazon.
Can you get Amazon return pallets directly from Amazon?
Oh.
That's a lot of paper.
Oh.
That's a lot of paper.
Whoa.
Damn,
That's
look
a
at all that
lot of
paper. That took up like almost more than half of the damn box.
What's all the weight in here?
I don't know.
What the hell?
There's not much in here.
It was like all paper.
The box is like...
I should probably control the box too.
That's fine.
I probably should.
But the box is
Interesting.
like only half full.
Yeah.
And they said there was a lot of weight to it. You know what? when he flipped that, there might have been a laptop in the bottom that was laying flat. I wonder if they're gonna pull out a laptop. Let's see if they pull out a laptop.
How much? There's not much in that box.
Okay.
There's not much in there.
Well, this one might be a fast video, so we might need to tell the story.
Story time.
Story
I don't know
time.
what the story is.
It's yours.
I know what the story is. I gotta tell you the most embarrassing thing that I did today.
You know where your stranded inventory goes? Into here. This is where your stranded inventory and your returns go when they get. This is where they go. Amazon's selling that shit.
I'll tell you later. Hold tight.
What's that thing?
This is this thing. It's a dongle.
Dongles.
For something.
Oh, it's a wireless CarPlay adapter.
Well, it's a wireless CarPlay adapter. Wouldn't you
Who
know?
uses those?
Wouldn't you know? That sounds very Canadian. Like, wouldn't you know? Or like
I'm not Canadian.
Minnesotan, Canadian, it's like
Indianan.
Wouldn't you know?
Wouldn't you know?
Wouldn't you know about?
A boot.
A boot?
It's a boot.
Capshi.
What?
Is this a cord? Because you need a new cord.
I do need a new cord.
HDMI to HDMI.
That does not work for me.
Uh-uh.
That is not the kind of cord I need.
Negative.
Not today.
It's not it.
It will happen though.
HDMI to HDMI.
We will get a cord.
Okay.
Nice cord though.
It's a nice cord.
Nice cord.
You need an HDMI to HDMI. It's a nice cord.
It's yours. Maximum power. This one's kind of heavy. Oh, better tell our store. This box will get done very, very quick.
What is this?
Maximum power set.
What is that?
We have an adjustable out mounting pole.
And we're selling items on Macari during this. Let's go.
What is this?
What is it? Is it a jack?
It mounts
No.
something.
Mount?
The mounting pole.
Put it in the trash.
Story time. Go ahead, darling.
Okay.
What is she opening?
So today, this actually happened this morning. It was kind of embarrassing, kind of funny, all at the same time.
True.
So I've been up all day.
All day.
And I hadn't eaten anything, so I was like, well, I'm going to weigh myself before I actually eat anything. I've had some coffee, but that was it. So when I weigh myself in the morning, if I'm wearing sweatpants, I'll take the sweatpants off because I don't want the weight of the sweatpants to be
This is what
part
women
of
do, yes.
my weight. Well, today I was wearing just really lightweight like joggers, but I had a heavy sweatshirt on. So I took the sweatshirt off and my scale is in the kitchen, which is just like right around the corner and from the front door. And our front door is glass. And so I take my sweatshirt off. I don't have anything on underneath it. I take the sweatshirt off and I do my weight.
Oh, man.
Not thinking anything of.
Just need to know, why is the scale in the kitchen? I hope you are not weighing your vegetables where you put your feet. My scale is by the bathroom. That's where my scale is.
Anything. And I go to put my sweatshirt back on and I look up and the Amazon delivery guy is right there at the front door. And I was like, oh.
Time to move your
I don't know
scale.
if he saw me and I'm not sure if I had my sweatshirt fully on. Like, it was a very
Time to
close
move your
call
scale.
on the situation. And so then I was like, oh my God, you know how they take pictures of
Proof of
your
delivery
package.
pic. You might be in
And
the
I was like,
background.
oh my
snap.
God, please tell me I'm not in the background.
That would be
so
crazy.
I immediately go to our Amazon account and I was like, okay, order. And I look at it and I was like, all right, it's just showing the package and the front
That's
porch.
crazy.
I think we're good. But I like scanned that picture. I was like, oh God, please tell me that my girly girls are not in the picture. It was really embarrassing. It was funny, but embarrassing. And I'm not sure if he saw. I don't know. It was a close call.
Oh my goodness.
But the whole day I'm sitting there, no one's coming to the front door. And the time I go to choose to weigh myself, we get a delivery.
Where do you guys keep your scale? Is your scale that you weigh yourself, is it in the kitchen or is it by the bathroom? We should ask Full Scale. Where's Full Scale's scale? A Full Scale. Where is Full Scale's scale?
Perfect timing.
You have a sparkle on your face.
Oh boy. Not good. Did I get it?
I don't see it sparkling, so I think you got it. I'm still trying to figure out.
See, when you do these electronic pallets,
Box cord.
you risk just getting cords and.
Why don't you own apartment buildings? Seriously, why don't you own these big apartments?
When you do these electronic pallets, you risk getting cords, adapters, and just tchotchke shit. You know what I mean?
I'm not very fun.
I think you need to come up with a story.
But they did say this is one box out of a whole pallet, so.
That's it, just batteries.
Okay. Batteries. See, what the hell is that?
Why do they smell funny?
Could be leaking acid. Battery acid.
I think this might not be good.
Spare room. Full scale resale says full scale is in the spare room. Cool. As long as it's not in front of the door or in the kitchen.
It might not be a good cord. So far,
real bad.
Nothing of value, darling.
I want to try Amazon return pallets so bad. I really do. I really do. And there's a bunch of places here in Florida that you could buy from. I really want to try it. The problem is I don't have anywhere to take the pallet. I have to buy like a box or two, or I guess I could take the pallet in a U-Haul truck and then take it to my storage unit. But then how am I going to get it to the storage unit from the truck? Yeah. You need like a pallet jack. I don't know.
That's yours.
We got a box.
Unless I just took all the boxes off the pallet, put them in the truck, and then just unloaded it into the storage unit. I could do that. I guess I don't have to take the whole. I could take the whole pallet, but then I could just break the pallet down.
Some junk. HDMI bi-direction switch.
See, it's all tchotchke shit, bro.
Replacement remote, so it just a replacement remote looks like for.
I hope they get some good stuff, man.
Something.
Replace.
Just tchotchke, man. There's not much time left on this video.
You know, I just got a random thing.
Just look.
So far,
Small.
nothing good in this box.
But they said there was weight.
This is
Nothing.
a replacement band for an iWatch.
They said there was some weight in there, though. How can there be all tchotchke stuff?
In gray.
And they said it was heavy.
That's your darling.
Can't get it out of there. But
There has to be a laptop, and they're just saving it to the end. I know he sees it. He sees it, bro.
Oh. Are you serious?
But we had an entire pallet of boxes though. This is like just one out of probably 8 or 10 boxes.
We chose the really crummy box.
This
though.
one,
What is
like,
this?
There's nothing in this
What
box.
is that?
Nothing of value.
TV clip mount holder for media box.
David Briggs says my scale is under the under bathroom, under my sink. Yeah, see, that's a normal place to have it. I don't know who. Whoa, look at. Hey, she's. If she saw this video, she'd hate that I paused it right. Look at the face. Shit! What a time to pause.
We have a travel adapter and power converter. Okay.
Junk. For the most part, it's just
That's
he knows it
that's
too. But
probably the best
I think he
item
sees
yet this
something.
far.
Let me see. There's
Guys,
less than 2 minutes left, man. Come on, Clint.
I mean, it probably does.
Pull out a laptop, baby.
Ball.
Pull out a laptop.
Travel adapter and power converter. One thing left.
One thing.
Ready? Let's see.
This box had nothing in it.
Oh no.
Box had.
Oh my golly jeepers! Well,
Oh.
wow.
I think it's heavy.
Oh, what do you got? This is the heavy. Oh, it's a TV.
mount.
But that's not electronics. How can they put that in the electronics? That is not electronics. Yo, I feel like they put that in that box to make you think you had something heavy like a laptop or something. That TV wall mount is not fucking electronics. And they said they bought an electronics return pallet.
Thing's heavy.
Yeah, we have
Can't wait to.
I held back a TV mount in the other room so that when we mount your TV, but I don't.
Lucas, they said this one box was part of a $4,000 MSRP Amazon return pallet. So the pallet costs had an MSRP of $4,000, and this was one of the boxes off that pallet. So they have many more boxes to go through from that pallet. So this was just a unfortunate box for them.
I don't know if it's going to be big enough.
Ooh, okay.
That was rough.
I think that was like the bad box on the pallet. That we didn't pay for just this. There's
multiple boxes.
Because somebody's put a comment. That was not worth $4,000. Obviously, no.
Not even nowhere near.
The entire pallet of boxes.
Not even worth $400.
This was a bad one. There was nothing in this box.
No.
Nothing.
Well, when we kept pulling out brown paper,
it was all brown paper. I mean, it had a lot of weight to it. It was all this.
I mean, honestly, the brown paper is going to be pretty valuable because we use that for packing. So
I do keep all the brown paper I get.
Yeah.
Is that it?
That's it.
That's it. Well, this was a disappointing box.
Mm-hmm.
But we hope you enjoyed the conversation.
But this is what happens.
Yeah.
Because we always enjoy the conversation.
I tried.
Yeah, I mean, look. This is what happens. This is what happens. I like Clint and I like the Franchise Kicks channel because they do keep it transparent. They don't just show all the boxes that they win. They show the boxes that they don't win, right? They don't farm for content. You know what I'm saying? So I can appreciate this. Shout out Clint and his wife, Franchise Kicks. I do enjoy that content. I used to watch his stuff when he only did Funko Pops, when I was really into my Funko Pop stage. And now I don't collect Funko Pops so much, so now I'm watching more of his Amazon palette content versus the Funko Pops. But let me ask you this, though. If you bought an electronics Amazon return palette, it's supposed to be all electronics, and you had that fucking TV mount in there, would you be pissed? I feel like that was in there to like make you feel like it adds weight. Because don't forget, a lot of these places, they sell these pallets by the weight. They sell you pallets by the weight. So if the electronic pallet wasn't as much as they wanted to, but they could say, hey, let's drop in a fucking 20-pound TV mount, 10-pound TV mount. Let's up the weight a little bit. They put a TV mount in an electronics pallet. And did they put it in there to juice up the weight? To sell it to them? I don't know, man. You let me know. You let me know. Because I'd be pissed if that was me, to be honest. You know? Okay, we're going to get to some of the Amazon, some of the heavy hitters with some motivational words, right? We always talk about reseller depression and trying to get over the hump and all this other crap. And, we're going to check out some of the other sellers here. So let's get into it. We got Amazon Lit. Ecom Profit Path, I guess, is the page now. I don't know. Ecom Profit Path. Okay. Excuse me. Excuse me. Let me shut this music off. This one's called Stop Feeling Stuck, Overcoming Stagnation. This here is Sebastian, not the most flattering picture, but it just happens to be the first frame of this video. But you get Sebastian, I think it's Click Sebastian, I can't remember his last name. And then you got Eric Castellano, and let's check out what these guys get to say. Let's speed it up. 1.25 though. All right. Let's check it out. Overcoming stagnation. This is their take on it.
I was living paycheck to paycheck, sleeping on my ex-girlfriend's apartment floor, partying every single night, trying to fill a void that couldn't be filled. Today, I run a $500 million business, but my 20s were filled with mistakes that almost left my life destroyed. Let me save you a decade of pain and tell you exactly what I wish someone would have told me back then in my 20s. Your rock bottom is your foundation. On January 10th, 2012, that was my rock bottom, and that was the day everything changed for me. There's nothing special about that day that really stands out, besides the fact that I had a mental shift. I had a spiritual shift. There was nothing eventful about that day externally. It was all internal. I was aware for a long time of the pain that I was putting myself through, the hopelessness of not being a man who could provide for his children, not being able to afford diapers, not being...
See, this is where... Listen, everybody has a story to tell. Everybody has a story to tell. And let's see where he goes with this. I'm curious.
Being able to provide a stable paycheck or a stable family lifestyle for my child or my significant other at the time. And it was
Which I have to tell you is the most pain. If you feel like you can't support your child, that is the worst pain to feel internally.
at that moment where I decided on that day, enough was enough. I am no longer going to be digging this hole any deeper. See, up until that point, I was searching for something that couldn't be filled. I was out there, instant gratification through alcohol, through drugs, through partying, through always trying to get outside of myself. And then I got to a point where I just realized this isn't going to work. It's never worked. And I'm either going to make a change or I'm going to end up living this miserable life. And you might be feeling this way right now. And what I would say is good, because awareness is the first step to become
good. I'm glad you feel like complete. But he's right. He is right.
Aware that there is a problem in order to fix it. And then the next step is realizing what the problem is. For me, it was realizing that if you keep running into bad people and you keep running into bad situations, maybe you're the problem. It wasn't anything that happened in my past to me. It wasn't people that I felt that had screwed me over or not appreciated me or caused some sort of injustice. It was all me and my perspective on life. So maybe you do have some shit happening in your life, and maybe you were
Shout out to the Pikachu in the background. He's got Pikachu in the right-hand corner, if you see that up there. Shout out Pikachu.
Treated in certain situations. But at the end of the day, the only way you're going to change is if you take ownership for those
100%. Did you hear what he said? Self-accountability.
past mistakes. Maybe you weren't the cause of them. Making decisions afterwards based on those pains and injustices that had occurred is only on you. The third brutal truth is that
I always say this, when you do things on your own, everything that's good is your fault. Everything that's bad is your fault. Everything in between is your fault. It all falls on you. So if you can't, which is why most of the population in America has a 9-to-5, because they can't accept accountability. They have a fear, nobody to point the finger to if shit hits the fan.
That you don't dim your light to make others comfortable. For the longest time, I surrounded myself around others and I acted in a certain way.
The luck is on today,
Yo,
baby!
ooh, imagine hearing this commercial after trying to wait.
To please them. And so instead of me being my true self and seeking truth within me, I was looking externally for others. And if you are in one of those situations where you know that you could be doing more, but you're not because of the people you surround yourself with, it may be time to look in the mirror and make a decision.
Make
The
new
next one
friends.
For me is being humble isn't thinking less of myself, it's thinking about myself less. I remember when I was going through this transition period of hitting rock bottom, and I was so down and out and depressed. I just felt so humiliated, so belittled by the actions I had taken in my past and where I was and that I was trying to build myself up. That transition period is ugly. But I remember speaking with one of my mentors, this guy who was uber successful, and he said something that I'll never forget. He said, dude, stop thinking about yourself so much and being so egotistical. I was like, ego? I effing hate myself right now. I don't like the person who I am, and you're telling me I have an ego? He goes, ego isn't about how you think about yourself. It's about how much you think about yourself. And that was an epiphany for me. I was like, wow, I never realized this is just ego reversed. I was still thinking about myself instead of thinking about others and what I could provide to others. And it was this entrapment that kept me in the same place I was in. And you got to understand that if you're in one of those positions right now where you're looking at changing your life, you're looking at maybe changing your occupation, your career, whatever it is that you're looking at changing, whether you think it might be small or large, you have to understand that you are going to get tested. And that's because you get tested
more than
most
once
when it's time to level up.
More than 10 times, more than 100 times. Man, I have to tell you, one day I have to make a video telling about my life. It's been a crazy ride. It's been a crazy ride for sure.
It's like the universe asking, how bad do you want it? And it's going to put you to the test to see how bad you really want this thing that you're saying you want. What actions are you going to take to prove you want this change? And your new life, it's going to cost you your old one. You know, that old saying, you can't have your cake and eat it too. And it's true. I had to sacrifice my old life to build a new one. And the best way to look at it is like if you want to build a home on a property. Well, you're not going to be able to build that home if there's another home that's already there. You're going to have to destroy that home and reconstruct it from the ground up, especially if you want to have a solid foundation. And the home that I had early on in my 20s was not a solid foundation. So I had to rebuild. You're watching this video right now for a reason. You may want something in your life that you haven't achieved.
No, we're watching it because we want to react. We want to hear what you get to say, brother.
Yet. Nothing is going to change because you're waiting for a sign, but you don't realize you watching this video right now is your sign. Your awareness of your situation is the sign.
Hold on. My man's been talking for 5 minutes. Hold on. We have to speed this up a little bit more.
Now is the time to take action. And one of the things that I wish someone taught me in my 20s is it's all about action. As long as I know the steps that I'm taking are for the greater good, at an attempt at a better version of me, then no matter how I fall, where I fall, if I fall, I'm gonna fall on my feet. Awareness is great and all, but
And I apologize for making people sound like chipmunks, but we got to speed it up. You know what I'm saying?
it will not get you anywhere until you take those actionable steps. And if you're in your 20s and don't have it all figured out, it's okay. Trust the process. In my 20s, I actually felt like it was more over than I do today. I felt like, oh, this is my life. There's nothing's gonna change. This is how I'm gonna live it forever, until I realized, and I hit that rock bottom, that everything in my life was about perception. You wouldn't walk up to me in my 20s and think that guy's gonna be successful. But how could you? Because I didn't think I'm going to be successful. I was so stuck in the past that I wasn't able to visualize all the things that could happen. And that was the problem. So of course, when people looked at me, they didn't believe that I was going to be of anything of success, because like I said, neither did I. And that's where everything starts from. It starts from you. You have to put the oxygen mask on yourself before you put it on anyone else. And that means it's great if you're one of those people that wants to take care of others, but you have to take care of yourself first, because if you don't, there's no way you're going to be able to provide your full self, value, and support to anyone else. This is how things run in my life now. God, then myself, then everyone else. That is my chain of command. And as long as I'm following through with that, things seem to work themselves out. If you're in your 20s right now and you're watching this video and you're getting motivated, but then you go back to doing the exact same thing, realize that nothing changes if nothing changes. And
okay. Yo, my man said, nothing changes if nothing changes. Okay? Oh man, that was funny. That was a good one. But, you know, to the point, he's right. If you keep doing the same thing over and over, it's the definition of insanity, and then you're insane, right? You do the same thing over and over, and you expect a different outcome every time. Nothing changes if nothing changes.
what that means is if nothing about you changes, every other aspect and every other part of your life will be exactly the same. And for me, nothing changed for the longest time because I let the past define me. So the things and the circumstances and situations that occurred in the past, I brought them into the present.
It's a different video for these guys.
Somebody that had
usually they're definitely more hyped up, and they're more active. But
and so all I can tell you right now is if you focus on your past, you'll never be able to focus on your present. You just can't be in the same two places at one time. So
there we
make
go.
a decision. Do you want to focus on your present to build a better future, or are you going to continue to focus on whatever it was in the past that brought you to the present?
This is more appropriate
if you're
music.
watching this and you're unhappy in your life, then you know that something has to change, because the person who I was couldn't run a $500 million business, couldn't run consulting agencies and have a software company. I was incapable of that. I had to change my mindset. I had to have a spiritual shift. I had to experience a different perspective in order to become who I am today. But the only way for me to get there, and the only way for you to get there, is through living in the present. The moment is about remembering who you want to become and then persevering to
Is
become
that their
because
editing, or is that
confidence
connection?
comes from keeping promises to yourself. And consistency beats motivation. Every day may not be the best day for you. It may not be the best day for me. One of my mentors told me a long time ago, suit up and show up. That's it. That means just show up for the day. Even when you don't want to, just show up. Even when you feel out of it and you feel like you don't have anything of value
Another
to provide,
one.
just show up. Stop running from your future and run towards it by showing
Another
up.
one.
A few months ago, my business shut down for a week. And the day that it happened, September 17th, was my daughter Maddie's birthday. You think I could tell an 8-year-old what
that's
was
the
going on?
worst.
She doesn't know till today. Hopefully she doesn't see this video and find out. I had to show up and I had to be the best father for her. And guess what it did for me? Totally forgot about it. My business was suspended, 50 employees without work. Before those few hours, I was thinking about Maddie, and I wasn't thinking about that. And it allowed me to come into the next day with clarity. And that's why it's so important to show up for others. Not only does it provide value for them, of course, and support for them and the love.
Why
for
did
them,
your business
but it does
shut
the same
down?
for
I'd like to know
benefits
that.
us when we show up for others. And to my 20-year-old
Make
self,
that video.
I would say,
We want to hear that. What happened there?
do the same thing for your mom, or do the same thing for your father.
And how did you recover from that? And what did you do to get back? Like that's valuable information.
Or your aunt, or whoever it is in your life that supports you. When you're down, if you can remember those that support you to go show up for them, suit up and show up, watch what changes for you. At the end of the day, I'll be delighted if this video motivates you, but really what I wanted to do is be the spark that drives you to consistency. It takes a decade, not a day, of dedication to get to where you want to go. You see, when I was 20, it was really hard for me to see beyond what was happening then. But now, when the past decade has flown by, and I feel like the cheesy dad who I used to hear older men say this to me, time is the only thing you can't get back. And I wish I knew that in my 20s. I understand that everybody needs rest, but I also understand, and I wish that I spent more time educating and investing in myself than trying to entertain myself or entertain those that were around me. So if you're not happy with where you're at, great. Perfect. Be there. Hold that for the moment, because that was my rock bottom moment. And for so many successful entrepreneurs, they also know their rock bottom moment, and that's exactly what it is. Frame that picture. Be blissfully dissatisfied with your current situation, because that will be your fertilizer for growth. It was that blissful dissatisfaction, that rock bottom, that is still a driving factor for me today, where I could look back and I remember New Year's Eve 2012 and being around all these people, and we went to
2012. I don't even remember what I was doing in
and they were all
2012.
drinking and laughing and smoking.
I was DJing. I was DJing in the nightclubs, bro. I was getting the girls. I was boots and cats, right? That's what I was doing.
Weed and having a good time, and I did none of that. It wasn't anything to celebrate.
Actually, no, that's not what I was doing in 2012. 2012, I was getting ready to get married. Before 2000, 2012. Yeah. I was engaged in 2012. I was still going to the club, but I wasn't getting any girls because I had one girl. But before that, I was getting girls.
I was dissatisfied with the person I had become. You know that feeling where you know you could be so much more, but you just keep making mistake after mistake and you don't know how to get out of it until you're at a point where you throw up your hands and you're like, I give up. That's where I was. I just had...
All right, God damn it, Sebastian. Why do you have an M on your palm like you're Majin Vegeta right now? Why is that? Is that a tattoo on your palm? What is that?
I had no idea that me throwing up my hands was actually going to open me up to so much more. So if that's you and you're in that position right now, only thing I would suggest for you is just start and don't stop. I promise you, that is the only difference between winners and losers. There is nothing special that makes me someone who owns multiple businesses, has different investment opportunities, a beautiful family,
putting the
lots
glaze.
of friends, mentors others.
Here comes
There's
the
nothing
glaze.
special about me. This is the same body, the same...
Yo, my man said, look, if you don't, like me, where, you have the beautiful family, the this, the that, the this, and that, whatever.
person on the outside who is considered a nobody.
Wait, can we just watch that again?
Position right now. Only thing I would suggest.
Ready?
Was actually going to open me up to so much more.
Listen.
So if that's you and you're in that position right now, only thing I would suggest for you
Best
is
part
just
of the video.
start and don't stop. I promise you, that is the only difference between winners and losers. There is nothing special that makes me someone who owns multiple businesses, has different investment opportunities, a beautiful family, lots of friends, mentors others. There's nothing special about me. This is the same body, the same person on the outside who is considered a nobody, a loser, and now people look up to him.
Oh,
Why is
shit.
that? It's because I just started and I didn't stop. And if there's one last
the way
piece
he
of
puts
advice I
that,
could give
man.
you is that you could achieve so much more than me. Without a doubt, in my mind, I know you could achieve so much more than me. It's just about stepping out of where you are right now and going into the person you want to be. It's not easy. It's filled with challenges, but it's so much better than going on to the bitter end with a dissatisfied life.
All right, listen. I usually the videos are more upbeat. I actually have another video by them, and it's that one was a little out of pocket for them. You know what I'm saying? That's usually out of pocket. Usually they're jumping on tables, on chairs, and all that other shit. I actually have a video from listen, shout out Sebastian. You know what I mean? If you just pouring his heart out, the man just needed a box of tissues. And yeah, you just kind of trying to motivate you to say like, hey, listen, like just shut up, get the fuck to work, and that's it. Just shut up and suit up, goddammit. Get to work and shut your fucking mouth. Oh man.
Wake up!
That's what he's telling you to do. So anyways, there's this other video of them where it says they tour their $60 million Amazon wholesale business behind the scenes. It's something I've been wanting to watch. I haven't watched it yet. It's a short video. It's only 7 minutes. We got it geared for 1.25, so it probably only take about 6 minutes. But this is the energy I'm used to seeing Amazon Lit portray. Ready? Let's get into it right now. Ready?
This is our 50,000 square foot warehouse.
There we go.
Let me show you around.
So step number one is unloading. This inventory was just shipped to us. We're gonna take it from the shipping docks to the receiving area. And we're not just gonna put it anywhere, it's going to be organized. As
You
can
might
see-
not be as organized as we are where you have dedicated lanes yet, but this is something you want to be mindful of regardless of if you're starting in a basement or you're in your first warehouse or you're in a warehouse about the same size as us. You want to have everything organized so your products, which is your money, is not getting lost.
The next step in this process is breaking down the inventory and creating a discrepancy report to communicate any shortages, overages, expired products that you may have received or not received to your vendor. Super important part.
So what's a discrepancy report? A discrepancy report.
These guys, this is the energy I like right here.
just means, hey, you spent X amount of dollars, but you didn't get everything that you paid for. Well, if I paid for something, I want to make sure I got it. So let's go through this, and if anything's missing, I'm going to make sure to let the supplier know so we get our money.
So the next step in this process is breaking it down, to Sebastian's point, to submit that discrepancy report. This pallet is rather simple and doesn't really have to be broken down. It's as simple as...
And now they're talking super fast because I have it sped up slightly. They really don't talk this fast, even though they do talk pretty fast, but not this fast.
Taking one unit out of this box, making sure it's the correct product, looking at how many are in the case, and in this case, it's 100 that are in each case, and then counting the amount of cases that you have and doing basic math.
So now that we made sure that everything that we paid for actually came in, the next step that we would do is get back to the computer and put these products into an Amazon shipment so we could let Amazon know we're ready to ship these out. It'll take us like 5 minutes to do. We'll get the thumbs up from Amazon, and then we'll bring it over to our prepping station where we could prep those products and get them out of here.
Yes, sir.
So we're gonna first prep this product of Cappuccino Hills, which we got from Eagle Eye Distribution. It's our largest distributor. So
Did you hear that? Did you hear that? Eagle Eye Distribution. Listen again. I'm not sure if that was done by accident or what.
Prep this product of Cappuccino Hills, which we got from Eagle Eye Distribution. It's our largest distributor. So first thing we're gonna do.
You heard that, right? You gotta pay the fuck attention. Pay attention because they just dropped the distributor.
Confirmed that what was put into the Amazon shipment is accurate. We're going to be able to see it on this screen here. This may not be the way that you're doing
Yo,
it.
Eric wants to laugh so hard right now.
Computer and a computer.
Look at Eric. He's just staring at him like, bro.
Screen, and that's fine. That's exactly.
Sebastian is not usually this energetic. I can tell you right now. Eric's looking at him like, bro, you crushing it right now.
Exactly how we started it. We would confirm on our computer everything's accurate. How many do we have to pack? We have to pack 6 of these right
Ready?
now, and they're all 1-packs.
You want to look at your wife like Eric looks at Sebastian. That's love.
1-pack means we just need to have one of these secured, prepped, with the labels ready to go.
So now that we've confirmed that the UPC on the product is the actual product that we're selling on Amazon, and we've confirmed the pack size, the next step is to prep this inventory. And this is how you prep a product. Because it's a 1-pack, all we're going to need is an FN SKU over the UPC on this item. It's not going in a poly bag, so it doesn't need a risk of suffocation label. It's not a multi-pack. It doesn't need a do not separate label. It just needs one FN SKU that's going to cover the UPC. And we are going to put that vertically, not horizontally, so it completely obscures the UPC on this product. And now this product is prepped and ready to go into its final shipping box.
And I think it's important for everyone to know what an FN SKU is. Real simple, it's like your license plate for your product. What it does is it's telling Amazon...
Yo, why is Eric looking at him like, yo, I already did...
Real simple, it's like your license plate for your product. What it does...
Eric's looking at him like, yeah, yo, hey, yo. yo.
Is it's telling Amazon, hey, this product belongs to you and this product is from you. So that way...
Look. Yo, why Eric keep grilling Sebastian in this video, bro? Why you keep grilling him, bro? Like, he's looking at him like, yo.
When you send it to 10 or 20 different fulfillment centers and then it goes to a customer, you're the one that's getting paid for it.
And now that we have all these units in this box, we're going to tape up this box and completely seal it. So when it ships to Amazon, it does not open. And for this one, we're going to do 2 because it's a rather large quantity of units and we don't want it to open. A lot of times you can just do 1 and save some money on tape. But now we have the completed product fully boxed, ready to be sent to Amazon.
So now that you got your first box packed, the next step is all going to depend on the way that you're shipping it out. There's 2 different ways that you could ship it, SPD or LTL. It's really simple, don't be confused. SPD just means UPS is going to drop off these boxes to an Amazon warehouse, and LTL means a truck is going to...
Also, SPL means small parcel delivery. I'm pretty sure. SP, small parcel delivery. And LTL is less than a truckload.
To deliver it to an Amazon warehouse. With SPD, you're gonna have a carrier tracking label, and you're also gonna have a box label. But with LTL, all you need is the box label. There's no tracking label. So this is gonna be an LTL.
So basically, LTL is usually when you palletize your products for LTL.
going on a pallet that's less than truckload for all you nerds like me that want to know what that means.
Yeah.
We're gonna put our
Less
box
than
label
truckload.
on here, and so we got our first box ready to go. And the only thing we're gonna do now is we're gonna continue building this.
And he's gonna
pallet
palletize
based
it
on
'cause
our
these guys run a
Amazon
big
shipment that's
operation.
on these computers. And once we're completely done with all the ASINs that need to be shipped to Amazon, we're gonna take this pallet and we're gonna wrap it and we're gonna stage it over there, ready to ship.
Next step is wrapping the pallet.
Look
So
at
all
that
the
thing they
boxes are
have. Look at
secured
that,
on this
huh?
pallet, and if you're doing SPD, you don't have to do any of this step. You would simply give it to the UPS
Look at that machine
driver
they got
or
the
drop it
pallet
off at a
on.
UPS
Look at that
store.
thing.
Well, we're in a massive warehouse where we produce about 15,000 orders a day, over 3 million orders per year. So we need one of these bad boys so our team's not killing their back wrapping these pallets manually.
So now we got this pallet all wrapped up and secure, nice and tight. If you're in early stages,
Look at all that product ready to go out to Amazon. That is amazing. That is effing amazing.
I remember days wrapping so many pallets that my head was spinning when I was going home. But, you know, we got this nice little machine here, wrapped it for us. We even have an electric forklift, but I'm going old school here. I'm gonna take this pallet out, I'm gonna...
He said, you know, for the video, I'm going to show you guys, you know, we put in the work, but I do have an electric forklift.
Load it onto the truck that's waiting outside our dock doors, and that's it. I'm gonna track it on Amazon, make sure it gets there, make sure everything's received correctly, and then start making money.
I will tell you this. That Amazon Lit, which is the team of Eric and Sebastian, I do have to tell you that these two guys are probably the most legit sellers in the Amazon space. They run a crazy operation. You know, that I can say.
That's a little bit of insight inside of our 50,000 square foot warehouse. Obviously, we broke that down in the simplest form possible. Each step we covered, we could go much, much deeper on, and we actually just had our entire Inner Circle community at our warehouse this past weekend, showing them in depth every part of that process and a complete breakdown by not just Sebastian and I, but our actual employees that do these roles every single day for years on end now.
And our community members, they not only get the knowledge base of...
So that is Amazon Lit, man, showing you behind the scenes on their warehouse. You know, that's kind of interesting because they never really do a lot of warehouse type videos. They do mostly, what do you call it? Mostly like talking videos, not really in-depth reseller videos. You know what I mean? So to see that, it's kind of cool, man. I always like seeing behind the scenes for sure, but that was definitely pretty cool. So shout out Amazon Lit team. What do we got here? We have this video, which I'm gonna have to play it at. Like maybe 2 times the speed because I need it to or whatever. But it's this person that goes by Hustling at Home Mom. Hustle at Home Mom. I don't know if you guys have ever heard of her. It seems like she does a lot of thrifting, a lot of Goodwill bins and stuff like that, which is actually something that I want to get into. I've actually have another video coming up with Goodwill and stuff like that. I want to do the Goodwill thing. And the thing about her is interesting because when she thrifts, she's buying all this stuff, man. And she's showing you the prices of clothing. She does mostly clothing. We can get into that in a second, but I wanted to check out. Hold on, let me see this.
Have you ever?
Let me see this one. I want to see what this person has to say too. Resell mania. This is a pretty interesting. A lot of people doing Goodwill and thrifting. Not a lot of Walmart shopping because Walmart, man, I'm telling you, there's a couple of. Let me show you guys this here. I was looking at some of my metrics on YouTube, and it said that these channels are some of the channels that you guys watch besides my channel. So it said channels that watch my channel also watch these channels. One person came up here, Resell Mania. So people are watching this person here, Resell Mania. Also, Millennial Profit. People watch me also watch this person here, Millennial Profit. Another one that people watch, the big one here is Harry Tornado. He's infamous on YouTube for thrifting and stuff.
A lot of people watch him that watch my channel. And also this person here that I've never heard of, Shed Flips. Looks like a couple here that do maybe Goodwill thrifting flips and shit like that. Maybe yard sales, garage sales. Pretty interesting stuff. I want to go through some of their stuff and watch some of their content before I share it with you guys. But this one here is the one I wanted to show you guys. This is Hustle at Home Mom. It says I spent $400 at this thrift store and instantly made it back. Now I've got this sped up to 1.5 speed, so it's not going to take 30 minutes. But I wanted to go through it because I want to start going through some more thrifting videos. Thrifting is, I used to look at thrifting like, oh, you know, penny pinchers making $2. But as I watch some of these thrifters, man, and they get into some of the collectibles and, you know, I'm starting to watch and learn a little bit more about clothing, selling clothes online, brands. And, you know, I pretty much know what brands to look for just because of working. I used to work at Saks Fifth Avenue back in the day. But it's interesting to me because on my Macari, shoes sell a lot. And I'm not talking about like sneakers like Jordans and expensive ones. I'm talking about like used foam croc-like shoes and children's slip-ins and like just shit like that. So it's kind of wild. So I've never watched this person's content before, Hustle at Home Mom or whatever it is, but she spent $400 at the thrift store and instantly made it back, and I want to see what the hell she bought. So let's dive in.
Today, the two Ashleys are going to one of my favorite thrift stores that I've only been to a couple times, but the last time I was here, they had new with tag cashmere quints, sold for like $80, a Tory
And again, we have this sped up, just so you know.
Birch wallet. They had really good stuff, so we're gonna head in. I don't think there's like a sale going on, but we're just gonna dig through everything and see what treasure we can find. We have a, am I allowed to show this? I think so, because we have all kinds of breasts.
Oh, look at that. Different kind of breasts on the sweater. That's funny.
This is, oh, it's Fabletics. I wonder if this is something. This is so, what is this? Like,
What the
I feel like this is
hell?
you walk up to people and you go, which one are you? It's an icebreaker. Wait, I guarantee you this is worth money though, because this is so weird.
Weird stuff always sells for
Okay,
money,
it's for
man.
breast cancer awareness. Someone
Okay,
sold it on
breast cancer
Poshmark for $24. So I think that's actually, what is everything here? $2
Damn.
special. Nice. First find of the day, breast cancer awareness sweater. So I think
It's actually kinda cool.
Another $2 special. I think it is $2 special. We have another. This. So what made me look twice? It says made in France. The tag looks interesting. Yves Delorme, Paris. It's like a flannel towel-lined like robe. There is there? Okay. It's
That
missing
is
a tie.
interesting.
We don't love that, but even so, I'm seeing really 45, 40, 85. For the men's, I bet you it's even more. So I think even without a tie.
To get started in data
These
analytics,
frickin'
you don't need
commercials,
previous
bro.
experience or a degree. The Google Data
I'm
Analytics
too cheap to
certificate-
pay for
This
YouTube
will
Premium.
do really
Okay?
well. It's only $2. So let's go for it.
Listen, if you're a YouTube partner, they should give you that shit for free, bro.
Good morning. All right, so I was checking out these sweatpants, and like usually sweatpants I'm not looking twice at, but these have like the logo on the zipper, which tells me that they're going to be a little nicer, and also has like a little tag here. I was hoping it was Viore. But feet sweatpants seem to like sell okay. Let's see. Let me look at the comps. So yeah, like it looks like pre-owned 18. What else? 20. So for only $250, I think these are worth picking up. I think they'll be a quick $20 flip. Oh, my son is going to be, Calvin's going to be over the moon. A Patagonia kids jacket. Basically, it's basically brand new. Oh, okay, no, I was going to say missing the zipper. No, it's just reversible. It's reversible. Look at that.
Patagonia.
It's gonna be
That's a
hard
good
to sell.
brand.
No,
That's a good
he'll want
brand.
it. But if I were gonna sell it, let's pretend like I am gonna sell it. Because maybe we will. You know what? He's gonna grow out of it. So we can sell it when he grows out of it. It's also yellow tags. It's 50% off. I think she
Oh,
didn't
it's
say
a
that.
kids.
It's 30% off. Coats too. 30% off as well. Okay, so I wonder if
Go
it's
kids
stacks.
jackets,
Anyway, I wonder if that
30%
stacks. We'll have to find out at checkout.
I got to put the head cam on, and I got to go in some of these thrift stores. It's coming. I promise you, it's coming. Thrift content is coming.
But
because Walmart fucking sucks.
this could be like $10. At most 12. This is a really cool jacket. That's so fun. I'm so happy I found this. Okay, this is an Athleta dress. It's really cute. From spring of 2020, which we like because it's a little more recent, but I'm not seeing really compelling comps for it. So with Athleta, I do look it up because it can be just hit or miss. Only $7, but this would only flip for maybe 15, which is just not enough profit margin for me. So we will put this one back, unfortunately. But I did, right next to that Athleta dress, I found this Maeve dress, which is Anthropology. It's so pretty. This long, flowy maxi, and I see a comp on Poshmark for $55. So this one is 10, but I think that's definitely worth it. It's so pretty. if I don't keep it for me. This is just darling. So yeah, a good find here. So this is a Free People dress. It doesn't show it, but I know this tag like the back of my hand. It is. We love Free People embroidered, crocheted.
Free People's
this is like
a good
long,
brand
flowy
too.
white dress. People actually use Free People dresses like this for their weddings, believe it or not. So I can use like wedding dress in like the title of this listing and get a lot more for it. So because this is embroidered and so cute and so flowy, someone's gonna get married on the beach in it. I'm sure.
Very interesting.
It could go for like $150 to $160.
But see, it's those little things. It's those little things that take your purchase and make it worth that much more. You know what I mean? Like if you know that people use this Free People is like almost like a Woodstock. Like I call it crunchy granola. Like crunchy granola. Oh, I'm one with nature. Like, you know what I mean? That's why people use that shit as a wedding dress.
Easily. So let's say $100 to be safe, but considering it's $12.99, but I think this is a very worthwhile flip. So what Ashley didn't know, we went to Goodwill last time. It was her first time filming with me. We started talking about Gilmore Girls, which is one of my favorite shows, which I have strong opinions about. And I asked her, which boyfriend of Rory's was your favorite? And you didn't say Team. If you had said Team Dean, you would have been dismissed immediately. I'd been like, it's been nice knowing you. There's the exit. But
I don't watch
that
that show.
Jess Girly, which that is how we abide. And that is the correct answer. So I was like, oh my gosh, we're like very compatible. So yeah, that was the litmus test. You passed. Future info for anyone else wanting to join the channel. Talk up Gilmore Girls and we're good.
Can't say Dean after they're 16 years old.
No, because if you do, I'm concerned. I'm genuinely like concerned about you. I'm concerned about your mental health.
That'd be great.
I'm picky with J. Crew. I rarely pick it up, but this was interesting because it says J. Crew made with Liberty fabric.
J. Crew.
I don't know what that means. But these collabs
Another
do
good
really well.
name.
Like this like cute little floral jumpsuit, and I'm seeing like really solid, like $94 for a pre-owned long dress. The shorter dress is not so much, but if it's like long like this or like a pant.
I really want to get into clothing, man. I do.
Suit, I think this could do really, really well. So because it's new with tags, I'm gonna say this could sell for at least $75. And what do they want for it? It's $10.99, which I think is completely fair. So we're gonna get this one.
$10.99.
I get so excited when I see this brand. This is probably like the most excited I get at the thrift is when I see Biore, and these still have the tag attached. They're like basically brand new.
So if you want to get into thrifting, right? Like I know a little bit about thrifting, but I don't know everything about thrifting. I don't know a lot of different names, right? But when you watch these resellers, you start to learn names, right? So you know what to look for in these outlets and in these thrift stores. That's what I'm talking about. That's the value behind these videos.
They're $8, and these are like just some very simple joggers, but this is one of like the hottest activewear brands. It sells easily on eBay for $50 to $60 every time and very quickly. So yeah, these will sell very fast. I found a couple more.
Crazy,
yeah, a couple more. This dress here, I might put it back. It's called Sonnet James, a play dress. It's like this little cowl neck ribbed green dress. It's cute, but I'm seeing comps like some at 20, some at 45, and this one's already at like $12.99. I don't think there's enough room here for me to like gamble it, but something to look out for if you like get it for really, really cheap. So I'm gonna put that back in the dress section. And then I found, in addition to these, you want to make sure you memorize this little thing. That's Free People movement, and I love their movement stuff. It sells really well. These are only $7, and they're like some harem pants. Like they're intentionally kind of baggy. So if you see like the big, this is when they look like this, that's called a harem pant. But these sell really well. It's upwards of like 40, but I think these will sell easily for 50. So Free People movement is one to look for. Oh my gosh, two and it's true.
Free People in general.
Another pair
Lululemon.
Joggers. Get out of here.
Fabletics.
And it's $7. Today is a good day. This is a honey haul, 100%. This is what I'm just right in the tip, right, just crammed in here, looking like there's so much.
You have to have so much patience to go through
this
clothing.
Is really, really cute. It is $25, but this is a jacket and they are on sale. So it'll be like the $15 range, I think. 16, well, I can't do math, whatever. But it's like it's genuine leather. Letterman jacket, varsity jacket's got the 2019. I don't see comps for this exact jacket. I do love when there's like a zipper on the hood too, because you can unzip that and it can like be a cute collar. But these have done really well for me. I think I see a listing on Google this originally was like $300 or something. Even so, varsity jackets are definitely something to look for on eBay because they just, especially one that's cute like this, I think will go for closer to 100. So this will be worthwhile. And then
I agree.
This is really cool.
I can agree with that.
100% something to look for. Eileen Fisher, boiled wool. You're gonna want to remember boiled.
She said
wool
Eileen Fisher
because it's a 2X. Love that size. Very simple looking cardigan, but I just recently had a boiled wool.
Also, she said it's a 2X. Love that size. And the reason why you love that size is because larger sizes are harder to find because they don't make as many of them when they release it. So larger sizes always sell pretty well. 2X, 3X, 4X.
Cardigans sell for $60. So they sell really well. I could show comps too on these. 60, 75 easily for like this style. So this is the older Eileen Fisher tag, but it doesn't matter. And then another very cool find is Pendleton. This is a cute little quilted vest.
Pendleton, I'm not familiar with that
Pendleton
brand.
I'm picky with, but when it's the plaid, like this is their aesthetic that is sought after. The plaid, the green, the red, these can sell for upwards of like 40, $50. And so considering it's 15, but I think these are also on sale. So I'm willing to take that risk because it is really cool. It's like this quilted collared vest. I think it'll be great unless there's like a thing I'm missing.
Interesting. It looks kind of Christmassy, not gonna lie. Very Christmassy.
We have a Patagonia. This is a better sweater vest. And these do really, really well. The problem is there's custom embroidery. We can get that off. There's a little tool in my sewing kit that I use that gets this off in about 2 minutes. And you wouldn't even know that it had embroidery. So these sell for like 60.
Interesting.
Even with the custom embroidery, we still sell for around 25. So this is 16, but then there's that discount.
Interesting.
I think with this taken off, I can get around 60 for it. So that's what we're gonna aim for. Yeah, we gotta look. We're curious. Yep, they are Coach.
Those hunters?
I mean, not to brag. I was like, I saw it. These are interesting. If they weren't
those
so
a Coach?
like, I could try to like paint them. Are they worth? Let me look
no,
up
why would you?
what they
Why
would
would you
sell for
paint
if
them?
it'd be worth it. They want $9. These might be worth trying to fix up. That could be a fun short form content if I like successfully do it. But that's a big if because I'd have to color match pretty close. Yeah, like 50, 60, 70 bucks. I think you know what too though. I think they're supposed to have laces as well. These are. I think I'm gonna have to pass because they are a little too beat up, and they're supposed to have laces. But these would have been really cool. Darn, we'll have to be. And then these two, can't help but notice that right next door we've got Doc Martens.
Interesting.
Which we love florals, but
Doc
these are,
Martens, man.
I don't know what could fix that. It would take more repair than my knowledge like it has. So yeah, so we will pass. Now I'm like in the shoot, like stop Ash. I'm like, no. Okay, we'll go back. We'll get back to that. We'll get back to this.
One of the reasons it's really hard for ADT to stay focused is our brain keeps reminding us of other things that we need to do.
Focus, focus, focus. So these though, so I saw that these are Spanx and new tags, which is so exciting. We love Spanx. They're $7. If it was just like the regular skinny, like jeggings, leggings, those, I can't move skinny jeans, but these are the boot cut. And they are so cute. The boot cut is definitely back. And because they're brand new, I see brand new selling for $84. So these will do amazing, and I'm so glad we found those. Yeah, Spanx, it was a hit, even if it was just the leggings, but the boot cut especially will do really, really well. One of my favorite brands, Sweaty Betty. These are the compression
Sweaty
leggings.
Betty.
I also found did I lose it? I think I found a shirt too.
That's an interesting
here it
name.
is.
Sweaty
There it is.
Betty.
Two Sweaty Betty. So we've got a Sweaty Betty just compression tank and these leggings. I might even sell these together. Sweaty Betty, made in London, very expensive activewear brand. These should, and this is even brand new with tags. So these should sell for, I would say like at least 25 on the leggings, and then 25 again because this is new with tags on the tank. And then
Sweaty
the first
Betty.
Lulu of the day. I felt this fabric. Here, you'll see because
Is
you'll
that
know too.
Lululemon?
It's like soft, right? And so I look in the back. I don't see then I just notice stitched right there is the Lulu logo.
Oh,
so
yeah.
this is more recent. This is a
Lululemon,
winter
you
sweatshirt.
always have to buy.
I might have to keep this.
Super hot.
But this should doesn't it feel,
Super
like, really
hot.
feels
They always
you can
sell.
feel with the fabric. So but if I didn't, this would easily be 30 to 40 because it is again a more recent style. The older Lulu is what's not really moving.
100%.
And then I do have this brand new with tags Athleta yoga at the back sweatshirt. But
All
when I
that
pulled up comps, I was
yoga
curious,
shit
they want 15
all
for it.
sells, man.
When I pulled up comps, I saw it had only sold, pre-owned, but for $13. So that doesn't bode well. So I think I'm gonna have to put this one back just for that reason. But these other finds should be really good. Okay, so we talked about Spanx. We've got more of the bootcut Spanx and the wide.
How do they
leg
hang their jeans like
Spanx.
that? So
I didn't
weird.
even know Spanx made like wide leg pants. That is so cool. And then we have even one more.
Do you guys know why thrift stores hang their pants like that?
So okay, these are the skinnies that I cannot move, but the wide leg and the boot cut, we've already shown comps for. These could sell for easily like 75 plus each, and they are both brand new. So, what do they want for them? $10. $10
How do you know they're both brand new though?
each.
Because they have the tags on them?
This is an easy flip. I'm so excited to find these. Oh my gosh, those are cool. These are cool. Why am I not skinny? I could fit. I wonder if I could like stretch. Because they are so. Those are like Jenkos. These are like.
My
maybe
God,
I'll
remember
try.
Jenko
I
jeans?
don't know. These are so fun. So I recently just sold a bodysuit, an Isabella bodysuit, like this, a compression garment. This is like good for like after
Interesting.
childbirth or post-medical procedures, post-surgery, and it sold for $30, but it was on sale and it sold really quickly, so I think it could have even sold for more. So we love compression suits like this. They do really well. And then I have these yellow tags half off, so we love that. So these are $7. Hudson new with tags.
Hudson
low
jeans,
rise.
yeah.
These are all in
Hudson's
right
a
now.
good
Again, these are all
name.
high school things, like that I used to wear in high school.
With
that
the
was popular in high
tags.
school. Low rise boot cut, brand new jeans. These are so cute. They're just a signature 19-inch leg opening.
I remember those.
These will do really well. Let me look up exact comps. I'm not saying like specific comps, but 41. I bet you these 65, 45. I think these would go for around 50 is my like educated guess. This is just a simple with a free top, like this little backless. It's like a little ballerina style top. Really cute. It's only $6, $6.99, and it's an XL. We love that. So just for even simple free people tops like this.
Oh my God, remember Fubu guy? Remember Fubu, bro? Fubu?
I sell them for like $25 every day. So that's enough profit margin for me, that especially because it is more recent.
Let me see. Bobby says they hang their jeans like that so you can see the label better. Interesting information. Okay, all right. I guess that makes sense. I've never seen it hung that way except for thrift shops. It's good information. Appreciate that.
That I think we'll get it. So I pulled this out thinking it was just like a basic free people, but it's free people, but with this huge like bell sleeve, which is so cute and definitely trendy. Yeah, this will really.
She definitely knows her brand. She knows her names.
Well.
She knows her shit.
I would totally keep a lot of these, but like maybe it would work. You know, it's not long enough, but it's really darling. Yeah, this will sell.
And again, we have this sped up.
That bell
so
sleeve
this
is
isn't,
she
she doesn't talk
I'll do
this
a quick
fast.
Google image search, and we'll find the exact style and comp. I could be wrong. Maybe I'm wrong. I'll see comps that are just cheap and I'll look dumb. But I think from what I know of Free People, this is like the style people are looking for. It's called the Tiger French Pullover. Retails for $189. I'm seeing it there. I don't know what it was. Oh, you know what? I'm not even seeing that great of comps. Oh no. Someone has it. Oh, they're listed at 17, so maybe not. Oh no. I could be wrong. I do think it's cute. This is where I'm just gonna kind of get it anyway. And if it doesn't sell, I could just keep it. So what I do sometimes is I'll list something and price it higher than like what I know it goes for, but that's because I want to secretly keep it for a little while and then I'll just lower the price when it's ready to sell. But I think I'm gonna go for it on this one. So we have a few finds here from the sweater section that are really cute.
Let's see.
Eileen Fisher. Again, we love
Eileen Fisher, another brand name.
Older, contemporary, more mature aesthetic. And these open front cardigans.
Eileen Fisher's been out forever.
Sell consistently for me for like $40. So I think these will do really, really well, this sweater. And then we've got a couple of Lulu pieces. So this here is just a Lululemon.
I feel like you always have to buy
long
a
sleeve.
Lululemon.
I love it because it's got the long.
Always.
Is this even a sweater dress? It might even be a.
That's what someone told me. You come across Lululemon, you have to buy it.
I think this might even be a sweater mini dress. I'm gonna have to look this up for sure. Because it is really long. Like it makes sense, right, that it would be a sweater. So this might actually go for more than I thought. Because Lululemon dresses go for good money. Let's see, I'm seeing like really decent, again, it depends on the dress style, but even so, I think this will go for like, I might even just keep this for me, but when I eventually sell it, because I get tired of it, like around $40, I think is safe to say for that one. Then we have Sweaty Betty. I didn't even know they made like Icelandic sweaters like this.
Such a crazy name, Sweaty Betty.
Really good money, $45, $40 to $45.
Past that name
So again,
yet.
we love Sweaty Betty. It's a very good activewear brand. It sells really, really well. Another Lulu.
But good
white,
information, right?
Like textured knit, long sleeve. This is just like the Run Swiftly. This will sell for like about $30, and I mean, it's got some makeup stains on it, but this is a white top, so it's really easy to just bleach those out, and it'll look like new when I'm done. This here is an Anthropologie Maeve chunky knit heart cardigan. It is so cute, and this I see consistent comps for about $50. So this one should do really, really well. It's so cute. I'm like, someone's gonna want this. It's darling. And then last but not least, we have a Free People oversized chunky knit.
Free People, huh?
Deep V, I mean, it's got all the markings of things we love about Free People. You know, I see it listed on Poshmark for $60. This is more recent. I can show you the interior tag to know that it is more recent. Right here, if you see the satin interior, like, so Free People sometimes has a fabric interior tag. If you see the satin one and this OB, you can look up the style name, and this will let you know that it is from a more recent year. So
interesting. See?
So much Free People.
You gotta pay attention to content. You don't need courses. Just pay attention to the content. Jesus.
And Fiore, we're finding like all the things I love to sell. We have an overflowing cart here. So we've got
Overflow cart gang in the building.
This is another just knit sweater. These just do really well. It's more recent. It's got the little stitched on Lulu logo. It's so cute. So this is another, like we talked about, $30.
She's crushing it. Huh?
And, you know, it's just an older style. It doesn't mean it's not cute, and like, but it just won't. This will not move. The more recent Lulu.
She's crushing it.
I think this Let's go! We will sadly leave this behind. But what we're not leaving behind is.
I'm glad to see people crushing it, not in Walmart.
I don't like Walmart very much.
Me neither.
They fucking suck. There's so many rude people here. A bunch of scummy fucks. They're not the smartest of people either.
Yeah, I'm telling you, man, those people are crazy.
We've got two more Lulus. This is a more recent cowl neck asymmetrical zip. These kind of asymmetrical cowl necks can go for like $40. So that's my guess as to what this will go for. And it's really cute and very soft. Again, it's that like super soft Lulu fabric. And then
I don't sell on Poshmark. You know, if I was going to get into selling clothing, you know, I sell most of it on Mercari, but I probably should get on Poshmark if I'm going to sell clothing. So maybe we get active on Poshmark if we're going to go the clothing route.
We have this, another Lululemon, and I looked, if you're ever like, is this men's, is this women's? You can look at the size tag, and if the size tag says small, medium, large, that's a men's, and if it says like a number, like 246, that's a women's. So this is an XXL men's Lululemon hoodie. It's so, like, this is very sought after. Men's Lululemon tends to go for more than women's, and this, even like pre-owned, goes for around $50.
Sheesh.
So I think that's a safe bet right there. Then one of my favorite brands that I find here and there, I don't find it super often.
Yeah, for sure.
James Purse.
Definitely knows their shit.
This is standard James Purse right here.
That's why we're still watching it, even though it's a longer video, because I'm actually learning a lot between style numbers and all that stuff. You know, like I said, I like consuming content from smarter people that know more information than me. You know, I don't know everything, you know, so it's kind of refreshing to hear new content.
Here, you show the tag a little bit, and then comps for this brand.
James Pierce is another good
very
name.
Nice basics, like hoodies, sweatshirts, solid colors, and they sell like very well for like 45, 50 sometimes. It just depends. But I think this easy will go for like 45. This was a new to me brand. I'm broken record at this point, but when it's an interesting tag like this, I looked twice. It says Bermuda shirt. It's the Keel James Patrick Bermuda shirt, and I looked it up. It's in very good condition, and I see sold comps around $50 to $60 for this. And so at first I thought it said Kier, and I was like, praise Kier, for my Severance fans out there. But yeah, so this should easily be $50 right here. So I'm like, there's so much that we've gotten. It's crazy. I cannot believe how much we found in this store.
Yeah, she's definitely getting a
So I'm
lot.
gonna take all my Lulu. And I think we're almost ready to go. I'm gonna just peek around at like some of the
I wonder how much she's gonna spend. I wonder if she does the checkout process.
Been here for quite a while. I want to say 3.5 hours. So it's almost time to wrap up and head out. All right, so again, the jackets and vests are on sale. And what I do is, even though it's like coming up on spring, it's cold somewhere. And these sell for me year round, just like tank tops sell and swimsuits.
See, it's cold somewhere.
So
Facts.
it's always cold somewhere, it's always hot somewhere. This is an Athleta. It's from 2023, so it's more recent. It's $15.
Athleta, see?
It is an Athleta Whisper
Friggin'
featherless
yoga brands.
down jacket. And comps are like around $100 at least for this jacket. Upwards of $200 for the new ones. And this one's in basically new condition. So yes, please. And then this is a classic. This is a Patagonia Nano Puff
You
vest.
can see.
It's $14.99.
You can see how passionate she is. Like how I know the video is sped up, but she's very passionate about it. I love watching people like that.
The Nano Puff vests are just always in demand. I looked up comps and they're still, this is $14.99, but with that discount probably around $10, they're still around $75 to $80. So with this being black in good condition, I think $75 is reasonable. I got so much. Oh my gosh.
Let's see. I'm curious to know how much she's gonna spend.
I'm gonna put this back. It's got like a pen. I don't.
No?
It's gonna be impossible. That's a bummer.
What'd you put it back for?
We've gotten so much. Like we've gotten such cool stuff. Stop.
Why'd you just put that back?
Where's a good place to put the hangers? We took them off. Just a little easier. Okay, perfect. Of course. Yeah.
You need to back your items.
I have so many. I think I'm good. I'll just put it in the trunk of my car. If that's easier for you, then you don't have to bag them. And I'll bring the cart back. But is it okay if I take it out to them? Okay, perfect.
Let's see how much she's gonna spend.
Such a fun thrift store. It's cute. Let's go to Pepsi. It's a little pricier for me, but it's cute.
It's 405.
Okay.
405.47.
So good. Such great deals. I love it.
Got your phone number in.
Yeah.
You're gonna get next time you're in.
Oh.
Buy stuff. You're gonna get 20% off your entire
Okay.
purchase.
Oh, that's awesome. Okay. Oh, perfect. Love that. Oh, thank you.
There we go.
Oh my gosh, thank you so much. Oh, that's so sweet. Thank you. Oh, I'm so excited to be back. We will be back very soon. Thank you. I will. 100%. Thank you so much. Oh my gosh. Just a few things.
Just a few.
Oh my gosh, just low key. But wow, do we find? I really did like find some.
I mean, she
cool
bought a
stuff
ton of
today.
shit.
Holy crap. Oh, there is a ramp over there. Whatever. Okay.
For $405,
Would you mind grabbing
she
that?
bought a
Okay,
ton of
perfect. Thank
stuff,
you.
man.
Oh, great. Thank you. Okay. There we go. Oh, that's great. No, that's perfect. That's exactly what you're supposed to do. Okay.
Unfortunately, we wouldn't be able to see the
We did it in
ROI
full trunk.
until she actually
That was
sells it.
Such an amazing thrift haul. I was
Oh,
so
here we go.
surprised that when I went back there, because I hadn't
Maybe
been
she
in a long
is
time.
gonna
It's
say
like,
it.
why, Ashley? Because it was so good.
Maybe she is going to say the ROI.
Good. I will definitely be back there more often. But a bunch of that stuff, since we filmed a couple weeks ago, a bunch of the stuff is already sold. I'm going to share what it has sold for and which items. We've got the Hudson, those Hudson New with tags, flat pocket jeans, Y2K. We love that. Sold for $56 plus shipping. We have the Lululemon double XL men's hoodie that sold for $63. The Isabella, that bodysuit, sold for $45. So do not sleep on this brand. This is a great post-surgery compression bodysuit, medical grade bodysuit that people wear. I think this was
Bro, I need to start, man. I need to start going to these Goodwills with these clothing, man. Fuck Walmart. Fuck Walmart, bro. Fuck.
a stage 2, second stage. So like you wear stage 1 for like the first post-op period, and then this is stage 2 to help you. I don't know if it's like what specific, maybe C-sections, maybe tummy tucks, I don't know. But these sell very well, sold for $45. Very pleased with that. That Free People, this is the Marley pullover. It's so cute. I wanted to keep it for me, and I actually priced it a little bit higher because I was like, oh, maybe, you know, I can keep it and then it'll sell later, but it already sold for $50, and along with another sweater sold internationally, so we love those sales. Very sad to see it go, but I'm happy that it made a really good profit. And then those Free People Movement harem pants sold very quickly for $33. Again, that was another sale price that someone bought them for. Love that.
These are all
the Anthropology Maeve cardigan, the
quads
heart
up.
one, that I kind of just had a gut instinct about, sold for $50 very quickly. So we love that again. You know, Anthropology can be hit or miss, but if it's more recent and it has like a distinctive style like that, it's a no-brainer. Same with the Patagonia Men's Nano Puff Vest. That one sold for $63 and it sold so quickly. So those are a huge bolo. Make sure you look out for the Nano Puff. Really, any Patagonia vests are really good. Fiore, we're obsessed with Fiore, love it. The Daily Joggers sold for $68. So Fiore is just, again, one of my favorite brands. This was almost new with tags and beautiful condition. I actually tried them on for me, but the inseam was just a little bit too short, so darn it. But these sold great. I love finding Fiore. It's my favorite brand, I think, right now to sell. So a bunch of fun stuff is already sold from that haul. I'm so glad that you guys tuned in. We have thousands of dollars that we found. We have over $1,000 profit after everything sells from that one thrift store haul. So very happy to see that.
That's
and
more
you know,
than a
again,
double
it'll take
up.
time. I know when when I share like the final, this is what everything will sell for, you know, it can be confusing. Like, well, did you instantly make the money? No, it takes time. It takes a few months, you know, for everything to sell or for most things to sell. So keep that in mind. But still, it's the fact that we're doing this every single week and that we just keep the momentum of my eBay store going and we're constantly putting new listings up. That momentum and the listing and the new cool stuff and the stuff that sells propels more listings and more sales. And it's more about how many items I have listed and how many are selling daily.
I'm not sure if I'm
give me
subscribed.
that like monthly profit every month, just that spending money and that income that I'm making.
Shout out to Hustle at Home Mom. Let's see, are we subscribed? Yeah, we are subscribed. Let's turn on all notifications so we get updated. Man, that was actually I actually learned something there, man. I love content where I learn stuff. You know what I mean? Especially when it's outside. Like yes, I go to thrift stores, but I'm looking for books and toys. I don't bother with clothing or shoes or anything like that. So to watch that was actually pretty cool. I think that's gonna do it for today, guys. Man, a lot of good information. A lot of that guru trash at the beginning, trying to get away from the gurus. Got into some reselling, some profit. We got a good conversation. We checked out some motivational, some sad violin information here, you know. And you know, got into some thrifting, man. This is some good shows. This is a good show. Great videos, man. Guys, appreciate you guys joining and checking us out, man. Make sure you hit that like button, subscribe, click all notifications so you can get notified next time we go live or another video is updated. Stay tuned. I'll catch you on the next one. Appreciate you guys being here.